Chapter 1623. 1623. The Alliance of the Three Great Superpowers. Who's up there? Come down immediately. At the city walls of the Dragon Phoenix Imperial City, more than 10 profound void martial experts flew directly into the sky. They stared vigilantly at the people of Wuqing City who were flying towards them in the sky, and shouted loudly. Wuji Imperial Court, Wuqing City, come to pay respects to the Dragon Phoenix Empress. Standing on top of the proud suns, Wuqing City said indifferently. Wuji Empire's Crown Prince, Wuqing City. The dozens of void interpretation experts guarding the city walls sized up the people of Wuqing City and then extended their hands to invite them. Please take me to meet Empress Dragon and Phoenix. Wuqing City said directly to them. Yes. The leader in the center nodded. The Crown Prince of Wuji Empire had come in person, so he must have something important. Your Majesty, the Crown Prince of Wuji Empire requests to see you. In the Dragon Palace of the Dragon and Phoenix Empire, Feng Luan, Guan Shuqing, and the other girls were sitting in the back garden. Feng Luan was surprised when she heard the report from the maid. Wu Qingqing is here? Tell him to wait in the Imperial Study. Feng Luan said directly and walked toward the Imperial Study. Empress Dragon and Phoenix. Entering the Imperial Study, Wuqing City cupped his hands towards Feng Luan. I wonder why the Crown Prince of Wuqing City is here. Feng Luan sat down and gestured at him. The relationship between the Dragon and Phoenix Empire and Wuji Empire wasn't bad, but it definitely wasn't good either. When the two countries interacted, it was basically for the sake of benefits. Empress Dragon and Phoenix, there are two things that Wuqing City is here for. The first reason is that Priest Wang once saved my life. I, Wuqing City, am a grateful person. I would like to pay my respects to Priest Wang. Wuqing City said in a neither servile nor overbearing manner. There's no need to pay my respects, and I can't pay my respects either. Feng Luan shook her head. Crown Prince of Wuqing City, just tell me the second reason. That's really a pity. There aren't many people that Wuqing City admires in our lifetime. The younger generation even looks down on all heroes. Only Priest Wang commands my respect. Wu Qingqing shook his head regretfully. The second thing is that we have something to discuss with Empress Dragon Phoenix on behalf of our Wuji Empire. Oh, what is it? Feng Luan asked curiously. Our Wuji Empire has been on good terms with the Life and Death Pill Workshop and the Holy Item Forging Workshop for generations. This time, the two major forces have come to beg us. They hope that the Dragon Phoenix Empire can remove the restrictions on them. They hope that the market can be handed over to them. Wu Qingqing continued. His words caused Feng Luan's pupils to constrict slightly, and a trace of coldness flashed in her eyes. This is the decision of your Wuji Empire. Feng Luan stared at Wu Qingqing and directly asked. Oh. Wu Qingqing felt Feng Luan's gaze and was startled. He slowly puffed out his chest and said, We have been entrusted by the two great forces of the transcendent continent to come here to mediate. What if we can't mediate? Feng Luan said indifferently. Then I don't know either. Wu Qingqing pursed his lips and pondered for a moment before continuing. The Life and Death Pill Workshop and the Holy Item Forging Workshop are, after all, the most powerful forces in the entire continent. There are dozens of half-step void interpretation rank 9 experts and 2 longevity experts. It's not wise to make an enemy of such a force. Our Wuji Empire also came to remind us out of kindness to avoid making a big mistake. He said slowly. Hee. Feng Luan smiled. Since we dare to drive the Life and Death Pill Workshop and the Holy Item Forging Workshop out of the domain, we naturally know them well. In the vast area, as long as your Wuji Empire doesn't make an enemy of us, the two major forces of the extraordinary continent can't do anything to us. Even if they join forces with the Lone Sect and the Southern Royal Family. As Feng Luan spoke, she slowly drank a mouthful of tea and looked at Wu Qingqing indifferently. Upon hearing her words, Wu Qingcheng's expression was somewhat unnatural. Since Empress Dragon Phoenix has already made up her mind, there's nothing Qingcheng can do. Wu Qingcheng stood up and cupped his hands. However, I still have to remind the Empress that the two major forces are, after all, the top forces of the entire continent. We can't afford to offend them. Farewell. As he spoke, he directly walked out. Feng Wan watched Wu Qingcheng leave, her eyes shining. Call Prime Minister Gui and Qin Yu over. There's something important to discuss. Feng Wan said to the old woman at the side. It's the Empress. Soon, Prime Minister Gui, Lan Qinyue, and the others came over. After hearing Feng Wan's words, all of their faces revealed solemn expressions. The only sect, the Southern Royal Family, and the Wuji Dynasty, the three superforces, have a total of 5 experts at level 9 of the Profound Void tier. Right now, only the Dragon Queen and the Phoenix Emperor have reached level 9 of the Profound Void tier. If the Wuji Dynasty really makes a move against us, we'll be in trouble. The worst thing had happened. The intervention of the Wuji Dynasty could completely change the situation of the entire vast region in an instant. Then what should we do now? Lan Qingyue asked with a frown. Little Xian hasn't resurrected yet. Even if she does, we are still at a disadvantage. Once the Wuji Dynasty really makes a move, we can only retreat back to the Flowing Sea region. Feng Wan said with a gloomy face. The great situation was going to be completely ruined because of the Life and Death Pill Workshop, the Holy Item Forging Workshop, and the Wuji Dynasty. It would be great if the Dragon King could be resurrected. In this way, we can move the Dragon Palace to the Sea of Desolation. Even if they join forces, we will still be invincible. Prime Minister Gui said with a frown. It should be soon. According to the news from the Dragon Palace, Little Xian's dragon body has begun to recover. Lan Qingyue looked at Feng Wan. Let's prepare for the worst first. At most, we can endure for 2 more years. When we come back, we will destroy all 3 major forces in the vast region. That's the only way. Feng Wan nodded, feeling somewhat unwilling. The Fire Cloud Sparrow had already started a war with the 2 major forces. With its strength, it was definitely at a disadvantage. What it wanted in exchange was a stable development. However, it didn't expect such a result. The Dragon and Phoenix Empire had no choice but to prepare for their escape. Feng Wan even rushed to the Flowing Sea region overnight, converting the resources in her hands into her own strength. In the Wuji Empire, 3 days later, Wuqing City sent the answer from the Dragon and Phoenix Empire. This answer didn't make the Wuji Empire angry. Instead, a smile appeared on their face. Raise a peak stage rank 8 Void Interpretation expert to rank 9 Void Interpretation. Contact the Solipsistic Sect and the Southern Royal Family. We'll accept all the territories of the Dragon and Phoenix Empire. If you agree, we'll agree too. The 2 conditions were passed on to the Life and Death Pill Workshop and the Holy Item Forging Workshop. In the end, the 2 large forces gritted their teeth and agreed. If they lost a place like this vast region, their businesses would be cut off by 1/5. If they cut off their source of income, they would definitely kill them. Chapter 1624. 1624 under the alliance of the 3 superpowers of 1624. Today, in the Morning Dynasty of Wuji Empire, the king of Wuji Empire announced that he would go to other regions not long ago and find that the people of the vast region were suffering because of the war. He was deeply saddened that the peaceful and vast region had fallen into the flames of war. The king of Wuji Empire called for peace in the vast region and for less conflict. The king of the Wuji dynasty said in the imperial court that ever since the appearance of the Dragon and Phoenix dynasty, the people in the vast region have been living in poverty. There have been wars and killings everywhere, accusing the Dragon and Phoenix dynasty of being inhumane. What exactly does the Wuji dynasty mean by what happened in the imperial court, denouncing the Dragon and Phoenix dynasty publicly? 3 days later, a piece of news spread out from the imperial city of the Wuji dynasty and spread to the entire vast region. When everyone in the vast region heard this news, they were slightly stunned. What did the Wuji Empire mean by this? It's indeed as the Wuji Empire's king said. Ever since the Dragon and Phoenix Empire arrived, we've been trembling all day. When they didn't come, how peaceful our place was. That's right. I really hope that the Dragon and Phoenix Empire will scram back to their flowing sea region so as to avoid increasing the number of killings in our vast region. If the Wuji Empire helps the lone cult and the southern royal family, we can totally destroy the Dragon Phoenix Empire. It's impossible for the Wuji Empire to make a move, right? Once they join the war, although they can suppress the Dragon Phoenix Empire, they will still be angered, and the flames of war will spread to the Wuji Empire. The Dragon Phoenix Empire is just an outsider. I hope that the three superpowers can work together to drive the Dragon Phoenix Empire out of the vast region or destroy it. I agree. The vast area is our territory. Why should we let the Dragon Phoenix Empire harm us? When this voice spread to other places, voices rang out once again. The streets and alleys of the vast area were all talking. Gradually, more and more people were shouting for the Dragon Phoenix Empire to get out of the vast area. Even some of the cities ruled by the Dragon Phoenix Empire and some warrior mercenary groups also thought so. Ever since the Dragon and Phoenix Empire had arrived in the vast area for 8 months, the entire vast area had fallen into the flames of war. The cities ruled by the Dragon and Phoenix Empire were all ruled by force, and the people's hearts were not united. Public opinions suddenly erupted in the entire vast area. Damn, to be able to create such a huge public opinion in such a short period of time, it must be the Wuji Empire using their power. In the Dragon and Phoenix Empire's imperial palace, the He clan leader and He Sui clan leader were all gathered in the imperial palace. The He clan leader took a document and handed it to Feng Yuan with an embarrassed expression. The Wuji Empire wants to stand on the side of righteousness and then announce that they are going to attack us. The He Sui clan leader said with a gloomy face. The development of an empire was different from a sect. The development of an empire required the support of the people and the support of experts. The Wuji Empire's action was obviously to pave the way for what they were going to do next. Clan leader He Sui, you lead your clansmen to retreat to the land of the He clan's holy tree. Feng Yuan looked at the news one by one and her expression was somewhat awkward as she spoke to the He Sui clan's clan leader. The Wuji Empire is really something. What? Righteousness? Why didn't you say it when the only sect killed nearly 100,000 innocent people? The He clan leader roared with a gloomy face. The strong are the kings in this world. With the Wuji dynasty joining us, let's retreat for now. We will come back 1 year later. Feng Yuan said in a deep voice. We finally got the situation we are in now. We are not willing to retreat like this. Several important ministers said. In the current situation, we have to retreat even if we don't want to. Prime Minister Gui's face darkened. Emperor Feng, prepare to retreat. Retreat. Feng Yuan nodded without the slightest hesitation. Emperor Feng, we will also take our leave. The He clan and He Sui clan's patriarch said directly with a bad expression. 1 year. You only need to endure patiently for 1 year. Feng Yuan assured them. The two bowed and left immediately. The Wuji dynasty has announced that in order to ensure peace in the vast region and prevent some outsiders from destroying the vast region, they have decided to join forces with the solipsistic sect and the southern royal family to expel or even destroy the Dragon and Phoenix dynasty. A voice suddenly sounded in the city of the Dragon and Phoenix dynasty. The voice covered half of the city. Damn it. Capture the person who spoke and kill him. In the imperial city, some of the guards heard the sudden voice and their faces instantly darkened. Everyone in the imperial city was also stunned. The Wuji Empire is going to make a move against our empire. Oh my God, the three major powers in the vast region are joining forces. Our empire is going to be destroyed again. To be honest, the policies of the Dragon and Phoenix Empress and the way she governs the country are very good. Sigh, the most pitiful ones are still us. When everyone heard this news, bitterness appeared on their faces. If the country was destroyed again, it could be said that they had changed several dynasties. At the same time, not only here, but also in the other cities of the Dragon and Phoenix Empire, this voice sounded. The Wuji Empire also officially announced that they were joining forces with the solipsistic sect and the Southern royal family. Damn it, I didn't expect them to be so fast. When Feng Yuan and the others received the news, they all looked embarrassed. Let's go. The girls felt humiliated, but they couldn't do anything about it. Woo-woo. Xiao Lan flew out of the Ice Heart Lake, and everyone from the Dragon and Phoenix Empire sat on her. The members of the Dragon Palace followed closely behind. Go back to the flowing sea area. Lan Qingyue patted Little Blue and looked around as she said in a deep voice. Woo-woo. Little Blue whistled and flew directly toward the flowing sea area. They've escaped. Everyone from the Dragon Phoenix Empire has escaped. I didn't expect them to escape. It seems that the Wuji Empire has made the Dragon Phoenix Empire completely afraid. In the Imperial City, everyone looked at the departing soldiers and generals of the Dragon Phoenix Empire and said with a complicated expression. Reporting, according to the news from the Dragon Phoenix Empire, everyone from the Dragon Phoenix Empire is quickly escaping towards the flowing sea region. At this moment, in the palace of the Wuji Empire in the God Country ruins, a middle-aged man quickly came to report. In the middle of the palace sat 6 elders. The 3 super powerful experts were all here. Apart from the 6 strongest experts from the 3 superpowers, there were also the people in charge of the Life and Death Pill Workshop and the Holy Item Forging Workshop, as well as the upper echelons of the 3 superpowers. Escape? Where can they escape to? Even if they escape to the flowing sea region, we must destroy them. Ha! An old man from the Life and Death Pill Workshop heard this news and laughed out loud with a savage face. Just nice, we will take back the flowing sea region's market this time. A trace of a smile appeared on the face of the old man from the Holy Item Forging Workshop. I want to make them pay with blood that is thousands and tens of thousands of times more. I want to make the Sky Devil, even if it is in the Netherworld, not be able to have peace. The Supreme Headmaster slowly closed his eyes, his cold voice penetrating people's hearts. Chapter 1625 1625 On the Expedition to the Flowing Sea Region. All disciples of our sect, listen up. Follow me to the expedition to the Flowing Sea Region and destroy the Dragon and Phoenix Empire. Leave no one alive. In the ruins of the Divine Kingdom, a voice filled with killing intent suddenly resounded throughout the entire sky. The entire Divine Kingdom ruins, which spanned thousands of kilometers, could be heard clearly. This is the voice of the Supreme Sect Leader. What is our sect trying to do? In an instant, everyone in the ruins of the Divine Kingdom was slightly stunned. Their faces were filled with astonishment. Everyone looked towards the direction of the Wuji Empire in unison. Disciples' orders. At this moment, in the east, the disciples of the only sect flew directly into the sky. Everyone in the ruins of the Divine Kingdom hurriedly turned around, their faces filled with shock. All the disciples of the Solitaire sect had come. There were more than 20,000 elite disciples, each of them exuding a terrifying murderous aura. Especially at the front, there were more than 2,000 insightful Void Realm experts. After 8 months of battle, these experts represented the entire strength of the Solitaire sect. All the disciples of the Southern royal family are psychic. Follow me to the Flowing Sea region and destroy the Dragon and Phoenix Empire. Let them know that if these small flowing sea regions dare to provoke us, the result will be their own destruction. Just as everyone in the God Country ruins was shocked by the solipsistic sect, the Southern royal family's Nangong Jianghe's voice sounded. His voice was also filled with rage and fury. We will obey the Patriarch's orders. Experts from the Southern royal family in the God Country ruins flew into the sky. More than 20,000 experts and disciples responded loudly. The only sect, the Southern Royal Family, do they still have. In the ruins of the Divine Kingdom, looking at the two terrifying armies from the east and west, shock appeared on their faces. They muttered and suddenly had a guess in their hearts. 8 months ago, the leader of the Flowing Sea region, the Dragon and Phoenix Empire, came to our vast region and started a war. In 8 months, the entire vast region was plunged into misery and blood flowed like a river. Today, our Wuji Empire has decided to make the bloodstained Dragon and Phoenix Empire pay with blood. Not long ago, the Dragon and Phoenix Empire fled to the Flowing Sea region after hearing that our Wuji Empire had interfered in the chaos in the vast area. They committed crimes in our vast area and plundered countless resources. Now, they want to run away. Do they really think that our vast area is easy to bully? Today, our Wuji Empire, together with the Solipsistic sect and the Southern Royal Family, has decided to send troops to the Sea of Flowing Waters region to destroy the Dragon Phoenix Empire in order to prevent them from making a comeback. Very quickly, the doubts and guesses in everyone's hearts were solved. The Wuji Empire's king directly floated in the sky, and his voice of justice and vastness spread throughout the entire Divine Kingdom ruins. Everyone was shocked. A few days ago, ever since the Wuji Empire's imperial court had announced that the Wuji Empire's king was dissatisfied with the war in the vast region and condemned the Dragon Phoenix Empire, everyone had a premonition. Now it had finally come true. Boom boom. Boom boom. At this moment, from the east and west, everyone from the Solitaire sect and the Southern Royal Family flew towards the sky above the Wuji Empire. Oh my God! That is the Supreme Guardian group of the Solitaire sect. There are 7 experts at the 8th level of the Profound Void tier, and all the experts behind them are riding on the Skylark. That is the battle group of the Howling Sky-Patterned Wolves of the Southern Royal Family. All of the 100 Howling Sky-Patterned Wolves are at the 5th level of the Profound Void tier, and all of them are riding on experts above the 5th level of the Profound Void tier. At the back, even if they are not experts at the Profound Void tier, they are still the best battle group in our vast area. The unrivaled battle group. The Wuji Empire's strength is the strongest. The Shadow Lion, the Wuji Empire's strongest subsidiary race, the Shadow Lion Demon Beast race, over 1,000 Shadow Lions. It's simply too domineering. Everyone in the Divine Kingdom's ruins had their eyes on the 3 large factions in the vast region. They raised their heads and looked up, their hearts filled with shock. This could be said to be the strongest power in their vast region. Even the weakest was at Transcendent Level 9. Just by floating in the sky, they gave off an immense pressure. Normally, any faction would be able to cause the vast region to tremble 3 times. Now that the 3 major factions had joined forces, one could only imagine how terrifying it was. It was so terrifying. We will march into the vast region. 10 days later, we will return triumphantly. A strong confidence and righteous voice rang out as figures flew towards the front of the Wuji Empire's army. Out of the 3 teams, the most powerful was the Wuji Empire's army. There were close to 50,000 experts, which was about twice as many as the Soliloquy sect and the Southern Royal Family. During these 8 months, the neutral Wuji Empire did not suffer any losses. On the contrary, their strength had increased by a lot. Right now, the strength of the Wuji Empire was only a little weaker than the combined strength of the Unitary sect and the Southern Royal Family. The Wuji Empire had truly become the strongest superforce. All the forces that are following us in the battle, follow us immediately. The Supreme Sect Master's figure instantly appeared in front of the Unitary sect as he coldly shouted. In the vast region, all the forces that are second-rate and above, follow us in the battle. The Patriarch of the Southern Royal Family also shouted. The School of Life and Death Elixirs and the School of Holy Item Forging will go to war together. Let's watch some reckless people die. The Green Wolf sect is ready to go to war. The Green Mountain sect is willing to go to war for the vast area of 100,000 kilometers. The sects, and dynasties that had long learned about the battle immediately flew over with all the swordsmen. They arrived behind the three superpowers, and there wasn't the slightest bit of surprise in their eyes. They had already received news of the three superpowers joining forces to destroy the Dragon Phoenix Empire in the past 2 days, and they had long since made preparations. The only surprise was that they had originally planned to head to the Dragon Phoenix Empire and directly destroy it, changing it to the area of the flowing sea. However, this didn't have much of an impact on them. With the alliance of the three superpowers and the strength of almost all the experts in the vast region, wouldn't it be an easy task to destroy the flowing sea region? If they couldn't even defeat the flowing sea region, then it would be a waste for them to be one of the 10 great regions of the vast region. One had to know that the area of their vast region and the number of experts were more than 10 times that of the vast region. All forces follow us. The Wuji Nation Master's gaze swept across everyone behind him, and a trace of strong confidence appeared on his face. There were about 120,000 people, with the lowest being at the rank 9 Transcendence Realm, the Void Interpretation Realm, and the Demonic Beasts. There were more than 10,000 of them. In the entire vast region, 90% of the Void Interpretation Realm experts had gathered. Let's go! The Supreme Headmaster's face revealed a trace of savage excitement as he roared. Yes! Roar, roar! Everyone immediately responded. The demonic beasts, feeling the intense battle intent, let out roars. The 120,000-strong army quickly flew towards the flowing sea region. With their speed, they would be able to arrive in 5 days. According to the Wuji dynasty, they would return triumphantly in 10 days. This was because they didn't put the flowing sea region in their eyes at all. Chapter 1626. 1626 set out to conquer the flowing sea region. Boom, boom, boom. 120,000 people, vast and mighty. Although their numbers couldn't reach the tens of billions of people, they were all the strongest experts in the vast region. The weakest was at the 9th rank of the extraordinary realm. What kind of concept was this? Any one of them, if placed in the flowing sea region, would be able to establish a 1,000-year clan. These 120,000 people were the strongest existences among the hundreds of billions of people in the vast region. Each of them could be said to be 1 in a million experts. Especially at the front. 6 elders stood at the front. The 3 ancestors of the Wuji Empire all rode on the dark shadow lion of the 8th rank of the profound void tier. The 10-meter-long dark shadow lion had a dignified face, and terrifying demonic chi shook. Its dignity was inviolable. The Supreme Headmaster stood on the body of a giant green bird of the 8th rank of the profound void tier. The giant green bird, which had spread its wings and was 20 meters long, also emitted a sharp edge. The 2 ancestors of the Southern royal family rode on the 2 sky wing wolf kings with huge wings. 6 top-tier experts of the 9th rank of the profound void tier, invincible existences in the vast area. Hiss, the 3 superpowers almost used all their strength. This time, it's for real. The Wuji Empire actually has 3 experts of the 9th rank of the profound void tier. My God, didn't they only have 2 in the past? Invincible. This lineup is simply invincible. 6 experts at level 9 of the profound void tier and more than 40 experts at level 8 of the profound void tier killing the Dragon Phoenix Empire is a piece of cake. The Dragon Phoenix Empire is at most 50-50 with the Lone Cult and the Southern royal family. But now, the strength of the Wuji Empire is almost no weaker than the 2 superpowers. This battle, there is a 100% chance of winning. We should destroy the Dragon Phoenix Empire in the flowing sea region and let you be arrogant. Since you dare to come to our vast region and start a war, you deserve to die. In the Divine Kingdom ruins, everyone looked up in awe as all the factions in the vast region flew towards the flowing sea region. Everyone was filled with excitement towards this journey. No matter what, the Dragon Phoenix Empire was an outsider and an invader. They were the ones who started the war. Now that all the forces in the vast region had joined forces, it was exciting. The invader must die. However, at this moment, Feng Wan, Lan Qingyue, and the others who were standing on Xiaolan didn't know that the entire army of the vast region was chasing them. That's the barbarian goddess giant beast. There seem to be many people on it. What are they trying to do? The Wuji dynasty has decided to deal with them. I think the barbarian goddess and the dragon phoenix dynasty are running away. They should be heading toward the flowing sea area. It seems that they are going to run away. If they don't run away, the Wuji dynasty will be able to destroy them directly. They are the ones who are going to start a war in our vast area. Feng Wan, Lan Qingyue, and the others, who were standing on Xiaolan's figure and had sensitive ears, could faintly hear the voices coming from below. This made their expressions turn ugly. The Wuji dynasty's actions are even more disgusting than the solipsistic sect and the southern royal family. If they want to fight, they'll fight. Now, they're fighting for benefits and they're standing at the moral high ground, fighting for the peace of the vast area? It's really shameful. Sun Lingxiu said with some disgust. We have to take revenge for this. Lan Qingyue pursed her lips. My cultivation base has just stepped into the 8th rank of the profound void tier. Soon, I will be able to fight against a 9th rank profound void tier expert. In 2 to 3 years, Little Blue will be able to evolve again. After evolving, Little Blue can sweep across the entire vast area. We don't have to rush. 1 or 2 years. We can afford to wait. Feng Wan looked down at the territory below. Her face was filled with strong confidence. In the face of this situation, if she were to rely on herself, she might be depressed and disappointed. However, with Wang Xian, Lan Qingyue, and the Dragon Palace around, other than a hint of unwillingness, she didn't feel too disappointed. Just as Lan Qingyue said, if she was given another 2 to 3 years, wouldn't it be easy for Xiaolan to turn into a giant beast in the longevity realm and sweep across the entire vast area? One day, we will make a comeback and make the entire vast area respect us as kings. Behind them, a group of important ministers from the Dragon and Phoenix Empires said with determination. Xiaolan was traveling at a fast speed. With her speed, she could reach the Luhai region in a day. That's the Wuji dynasty, the solipsistic sect, and the southern royal family, as well as a group of first-rate and second-rate forces. What's going on? A few hours ago, the Dragon Phoenix dynasty fled to the flowing sea region. All the forces in our vast region are heading in that direction as well. Are they trying to kill us? Oh my God, almost all the forces in our vast region are making a move. They're trying to destroy the Dragon Phoenix dynasty. Feng Wan rode on Little Blue's back as the 3 super factions flew behind her. When everyone in the city below saw this scene, shock appeared on their faces. The 3 super factions could already represent the vast region. The vast region wanted to destroy the flowing sea region. Time slowly passed. Feng Luan, Guan Shuqing, and the others used a day to return to the flowing sea region. Everyone from the Dragon and Phoenix Empire returned to the Imperial City. Feng Wan followed the Dragon Palace and returned to the Dragon Palace. Judging from the situation of Little Xian, he should be resurrecting soon. The group of girls came to the dragon pool immediately. They looked at the dragon body lying inside and said softly. This time, they did not take the failure of the Dragon and Phoenix Empire and the Dragon Palace to heart. Although they failed, the Dragon Palace had received a huge improvement. When Wang Xian woke up, they could still continue the battle. Time passed day by day. All the forces in the vast region were approaching the Luhai region bit by bit. Feng Wan and the rest had no idea that the 3 major forces had come to destroy the Dragon Phoenix Empire. As time passed, Wang Xian's body was already formed in the dragon pool. The 150-meter-long dragon body was shining with a 5-colored radiance. The 5 elements circulated in his body. He lay there quietly like a divine object. I'm just a little bit away from fusing the heart of light and darkness with my body. Wang Xian, who had long regained consciousness, felt his body and revealed an excited expression. The current him could be completely resurrected, but he did not choose to wake up. The heart of light and darkness had been completely fused, but he wanted to fuse the heart of light and darkness with the body of 5 elements. During the near 1 year of resurrection, 60 to 70% of the time was spent on the balance between the heart of light and darkness and the 7 attributes. Now, he was at the final step. Once he succeeded, Wang Xian would be able to grind the 5 elements above his head and step on the yin and yang poles. At that time, his combat strength would receive a huge boost. It might not be comparable to half-step longevity, but it should not be too difficult for him to kill a 9th-level profound void martial artist. Chapter 1627. 1627 was the arrival of many strong people from the vast region. Is the Luhai region in front of us? Just as Wang Xian was immersed in the dragon pool, the 3 superpowers and a group of strong people from the vast region had arrived at the fringe of the Luhai region after 5 days. 120,000 strong people were looking at the region in front of them with slight curiosity. There were 60 to 70 places in the entire transcendental continent at the level of the flowing sea region. Compared to the vast area, it was a barren small place. Many people had never come to the flowing sea region in their entire lives. It was not because they disdained to come, but because it was very difficult for the weak to cross the north flowing sea. Let's fly forward and find a city to ask for directions. The Supreme Hierarch's cold gaze swept across his eyes. His eyes contained a faint killing intent. The 120,000 people continued to fly forward. Soon, a city appeared in their line of sight. Compared to the vast area of the city in front of them was undoubtedly much simpler. Humph, a small place like this can produce a power like the Dragon and Phoenix Empire. It's really rare. The 2 ancestors of the Southern royal family stared at the city in front of them with disdain in their eyes. It's not like you haven't seen the power of the Dragon and Phoenix Empire before. You can't be careless. One of the ancestors of the Wuji Empire reminded the Southern royal family and the solipsistic sect lightly. Didn't your Wuji Empire confirm that the Dragon and Phoenix Empire only has 2 experts at the 9th level of the profound void tier? Since there are 2 of them, why should we be afraid? With just the strength of your Wuji Empire, you should be able to directly destroy them. The Supreme Headmaster glanced at the 3 ancestors of the Wuji Empire with an unpleasant expression and snorted softly. Previously, the only sect and the Southern royal family had thought that the Dragon Phoenix Empire had 3 level 9 profound void martial experts, so they had always been very afraid. However, they didn't expect that the Wuji Empire would tell them that there were only 2. This made them slightly angry. If they had known earlier, they would not have been so timid. Hee, we only learned about it not too long ago. The Wuji Nation Master smiled. In terms of information, the Wuji Empire was the strongest. However, they had only received this information after the Dragon and Phoenix Empire had left. Based on the information they had received, they could already confirm that the old man called Emosha had already left. He didn't belong to the Dragon and Phoenix Empire. Let's go, I can't help but want to start a massacre. Southern Emperor Jiang, he said coldly as he flew towards the city in front of them. Boom! The Supreme Headmaster's figure also moved and he immediately flew over. He was like a hurricane of over 10 levels as he flew towards the city in front of him. City Lord of this city, come out immediately. The Supreme Headmaster flew over the city, and his voice entered everyone's ears. Pucci! Hearing the Supreme Headmaster's voice, everyone instantly felt a sweetness in their mouths, and a mouthful of blood was spat out. Some of the weaker people even fainted. Oh my God! Is this a god? How terrifying, a voice that almost shattered my heart. Everyone in the city was shocked as they looked in the direction of the Supreme Headmaster in disbelief. Soon after, they saw an army of 120,000 people flying towards them from the sky. They could feel a terrifying pressure and killing intent from everyone in front of them. "Sir, I am the city lord of the Willow City of the Dragon and Phoenix Empire. May I know what your orders are?" A middle-aged city lord was shocked when he heard this voice. When he flew out of the city lord's mansion and saw the supreme headmaster and his 120,000 troops, he was shocked and quickly bowed. "Dragon Phoenix Empire?" When the supreme headmaster heard these words, his eyes revealed a sinister expression. "I have descended to this tiny place of yours to destroy you." The supreme headmaster raised his arm ruthlessly, and a palm that could destroy a radius of 10 kilometers instantly condensed in the sky. "What? Lord, spare my life." The city lord of Lu City saw that the other party had attacked without a word and felt the incomparably huge palm in the sky, and his heart was greatly shocked. "Die!" The supreme headmaster's tyrannical arm waved, and the palm that covered a radius of 10 kilometers directly attacked the city lord of Lu City. "Not good, run." It's over, it's over." What a terrifying aura. My God, are they devils? Below, when everyone in the city saw this palm, they shouted in shock. A palm that covered a 10-kilometer radius, what kind of concept was this? To them, it was simply a world-destroying thing. Boom! An earth-shattering sound rang out, and the entire city seemed as if it had encountered an earthquake of over a dozen magnitude. With a single palm strike, all the buildings collapsed. In the center, within 10 kilometers, the ground sank 50 meters. Over 100,000 people died directly from this palm strike. Stupefied, everyone in Willow City was stupefied. What kind of expert was this? How did they offend such an expert? Everyone from the Dragon and Phoenix Empire, die. The Supreme Headmaster's face revealed a ferocious expression. He raised his arm again and another palm that covered a radius of 10 kilometers appeared. Boom! Another attack and the entire city was covered in dust. Screams, cries for help, and screams instantly covered the entire city. All the people who were still alive looked at the Supreme Hierarch in fear, their faces filled with shock. In their eyes, he was a devil from the abyss. "All right, Supreme Hierarch, leave some people to ask the Dragon and Phoenix Empire's Imperial City," Dark-Eye Patriarch said indifferently. With a wave of his arm, more than 10 people flew in front of him. "Lord, spare my life. Don't kill me, don't kill me." The more than 10 people who were caught by Dark-Eye Patriarch shouted in despair. "Shut up," he shouted softly. The more than 10 people seemed to be hypnotized and their eyes were dull. Soon, information came out of their mouths one by one. "Let's go. After killing the powerhouses of the Dragon and Phoenix Empire, you can do whatever you want." Dark-Eye Patriarch threw the more than 10 people away and said indifferently. The Supreme Headmaster flew toward the Dragon Phoenix Imperial City expressionlessly. The sect that hated the Dragon Phoenix Empire the most was the Solipsistic sect. Originally, the Solipsistic sect was the strongest among the 3 superpowers, but now it was the weakest. The entire Solipsistic mountains had been destroyed. One could imagine how furious he was. The 120,000-strong army flew toward the Dragon Phoenix Imperial City, leaving less than half of the people in Willow City with shocked gazes. What kind of enemy has our Dragon Phoenix Imperial Dynasty provoked? Is our Imperial Dynasty going to be destroyed? Some people muttered in fear. The surviving city executives immediately opened their communication stone plates and sent the news over. A terrifying and invincible army of experts had arrived at the Dragon Phoenix Imperial City. Chapter 1628. 1628. The 1628 army arrived. A terrifying and invincible army descended upon the Dragon and Phoenix Empire. This information was quickly transmitted to the cities and headed towards the Dragon and Phoenix Empire. The current Luhai region was very different from the previous Luhai region. The entire region was completely controlled by the Dragon and Phoenix Empire. Be it the families, sects, or sects, they were all restricted. A single word from the Dragon and Phoenix Empress could destroy any clan or force. However, within the short period of time when the Dragon and Phoenix Empire was unified, all the passageways of the cities were opened up. Vicious beasts attacking cities? Demonic beasts wreaking havoc. They didn't exist at all. Once a city, even if it was a town, encountered a vicious beast attacking a city, all they needed was a single piece of information, and the Dragon and Phoenix Empire's army would immediately head over. In the past, at least a few cities in the Luhai region were attacked by ferocious beasts every year, and tens of millions of people were eaten by ferocious beasts. Now, this wouldn't happen at all. Order entered every corner of the Luhai region. This made the people of the Luhai region feel extremely grateful towards the Dragon and Phoenix Empress. The entire Luhai region was flourishing, and there were more and more experts. Report, there's news from Lu City that a terrifying and invincible army has arrived at the Dragon and Phoenix Empire. One expert killed hundreds of thousands of people in 2 moves. The news quickly reached the imperial palace of the Dragon and Phoenix Empire. What? An invincible army has arrived? Killed hundreds of thousands of people in Lu City in 2 moves? The expressions of the important officials of the empire changed drastically when they heard the news. Her Majesty the Empress is in the Dragon Palace now. Report immediately. The expression of the important minister of the Dragon and Phoenix dynasty changed drastically, and he hurriedly flew toward the Dragon Palace. The Dragon Palace was not very far away from the imperial city, so the information was quickly transmitted to Feng Wan. What? Feng Wan, who was with Lan Qingyue, Guan Shuqing and the other girls, had a drastic change in expression. The range of one move can cover a radius of 10 kilometers. Only an expert at the 9th rank of the profound void martial stage can do that. An invincible army of more than 100,000 appeared near the north flowing sea and came to destroy us. It must be a vast area. Could it be? Feng Wan's expression changed slightly, and her thoughts turned 100 times in an instant. Her expression slowly became solemn. Could it be that the experts from the vast area came to our flowing sea area? Guan Shuqing and the other girls also realized the seriousness of the problem and asked with an embarrassed expression. 100%. Since they dared to come, then the Wuji Empire must have come. Feng Wan said with a gloomy face. They had come. She didn't expect that the Wuji Empire had actually killed their way to the flowing sea region. They didn't have any enmity with the Wuji Empire. Now that they had given up on the vast region, they were still chasing after them. Those who didn't know would think that there was some deep enmity. The Wuji Empire's methods are very ruthless. Once they provoke them, it's best to eradicate them. They're not wrong, but... A monstrous flame appeared in Feng Wan's eyes. Let's go. Feng Wan's expression was somewhat ugly as she immediately flew towards the Dragon Phoenix Imperial City. We'll go too. Prime Minister Gui, send the members of the Dragon Palace to the Dragon Phoenix Imperial City. Lan Qingyue and the other girls said with serious expressions. It's the Dragon Queen. Prime Minister Gui frowned and nodded. The group quickly flew into the Imperial City. The Imperial City was transformed from the tomb of a demi-human, and the entire dynasty was enormous. It had the prodigy stage and many other paradises. The main hall became the center of the dynasty. There were no city walls in the Imperial City because the invincible Dragon and Phoenix dynasty didn't need city walls. Enter alert. Prepare for battle in the north. Feng Wan flew into the Imperial City and immediately shouted. Her cold voice resounded throughout the entire Imperial City. What's the situation? Alert? Alert for what? Who dares to invade our Dragon and Phoenix dynasty? Is there an invasion? Is it a fierce beast or something? Who dares to invade our Dragon and Phoenix empire? They are courting death. There were 60 to 70 million people in the entire Dragon and Phoenix Imperial City. Most of the experts in the Luhai region were gathered here. When they heard Feng Wan's voice, all of them had shocked expressions on their faces. Who dared to invade the Invincible Dragon and Phoenix Empire in the Luhai region? Alert? The North? Could it be? However, when the soldiers and generals who had followed Feng Yuan to fight in the vast area heard these two words, they all had solemn expressions on their faces. Could it be? The experts from the vast area are here, right? If they are here, then the experts from the Wuji Empire are definitely here. Not good. The expressions of the soldiers and generals changed drastically. Quick, quick, head to the north immediately. All the soldiers immediately flew towards the north. Because there were no city walls, everyone stood on the plains. In less than 5 minutes, hundreds of thousands of soldiers stood in neat rows. In the sky, void interpretation experts rode on all kinds of powerful mounts. Many experts of the demonic beast clan also floated in the sky. Behind them, the curious citizens of the Dragon and Phoenix Empire numbered in the tens of millions. They were discussing in shock, who was the intruder that made the Empress personally come over. Everyone was looking at the Empress at the front. Reporting to the Empress, according to the information from Willow City, with the speed of the intruder, they should arrive in our imperial city in an hour. A minute ago, there was a message. The Spirit Heart City along the way was destroyed, and more than half of the millions of people died. According to the information, the hundreds of thousands of troops were divided into 3 waves of forces. One by one, the message reached Feng Yuan's ears again, causing her to tightly clench her arms. It seems that the Wuji Empire has also arrived. This time, it's going to be troublesome. Guan Shuqing and the other girls frowned and said solemnly, Emperor Feng, the 3 forces of the vast area are joining forces. It's a war between the vast area and our flowing sea region. We are no match for them. There's only one way now, which is to retreat and defend the Dragon Palace. Prime Minister Gue suggested to Feng Yuan with a frown. Retreat and defend the Dragon Palace. A level 4 Dragon Palace could defend against the attacks of experts below the age of 10,000, and the combat strength of the members of the Dragon Palace could be increased by 4 times within a range of 1,000 kilometers. What kind of concept was this? It was easy for one to fight against 4 people. Even if all the experts in the vast area descended, the Dragon Palace would not be afraid. Retreat and defend the Dragon Palace. Feng Yuan's expression changed, and she quickly shook her head. She said embarrassedly, no, with the viciousness of the experts in the vast area and the hatred of the solipsistic sect, if we retreat and defend the Dragon Palace, they will slaughter the entire Luhai region. Sister Feng Yuan, we are not their match at all. Guan Shuqing and the others' expressions changed slightly when they heard her words. They are not my match. Feng Yuan clenched her fists tightly and gritted her teeth. Her eyes were filled with killing intent. No, didn't you say that once you transform into a fire phoenix, you will be easily discovered? If you transform today, even if you kill them, your identity will be 100% exposed in the future. After being exposed with the Phoenix Dynasty's strength, it'll be very difficult to turn things around. Lan Qingyue immediately retorted. Boom! Then, just as Lan Qingyue's voice sounded out, waves of terrifying aura suddenly charged over. An invisible aura rushed over from a direction of dozens of kilometers. What kind of aura is this? Below, all the soldiers were shocked and couldn't help but exclaim. Behind them, the expressions of the tens of millions of people from the Dragon and Phoenix Empire also changed drastically. The aura of this onslaught caused them to tremble. We didn't even see the enemy's figure, yet a terrifying aura was transmitted over this. Thank you to all the brothers and sisters who have rewarded us. Please subscribe and support us. Thank you. Chapter 1629. 1629. The 5 elements above 1629's head ground his feet on the yin and yang poles. What kind of enemy has our Dragon Phoenix Empire provoked? In the north of the Dragon Phoenix Imperial City, tens of millions of people were standing at the backs. Hundreds of thousands of soldiers of the Imperial City were staring at the void in front of them. There was no enemy in the void, but that terrifying aura and killing intent had already charged at them from dozens of kilometers away. This caused everyone in the Dragon and Phoenix Empire to reveal extremely grave and shocked expressions. Even Feng Luan, Lan Qingyue, and the others watched with grave expressions. Woo-woo. At this moment, a whistling sound was heard. Little Blue's incomparably huge body slowly flew over. On Little Blue's body stood many disciples of the Dragon Palace. The Heavenly Eye Arrow Division, the Starwood Dragon Seed, the Thunder Division, the Dragon Guard. The disciples of the Dragon Palace stared at the sky in the north with sharp eyes. The experts of the Dragon Palace are here too. With the experts of the Dragon Palace here, we have nothing to worry about. Not necessarily. Even the experts of the Dragon Palace are here. The enemy must be very powerful. Everyone in the Imperial City was discussing in shock when they saw the giant beast and the members of the Dragon Palace. Everyone in the Dragon Phoenix Empire knew that the Dragon Palace was much more powerful than the entire Dragon Phoenix Empire. They felt a chill in their hearts as they let out a sigh of relief. The enemy that could make the experts of the Dragon Palace come here was definitely not weak. Roar. Ha, Dragon Phoenix Empire, run? Do you think you can escape? Today, even if you cross the region, I will destroy you completely. At this moment, the roars of fierce beasts and demonic beasts came from the north. Then, a domineering voice came and figures appeared faintly. What's that? Upon hearing these voices, the expressions of everyone in the Dragon and Phoenix Imperial City changed drastically as they stared fixedly at the north. Figures slowly appeared. First, 6 old men who were riding on terrifying demonic beasts appeared in everyone's line of sight. Following closely behind them were a group of experts who were exuding a terrifying aura and had arrogant expressions on their faces. From the moment they entered the Flowing Sea region and passed by a few cities, all the experts in the vast region discovered that the Flowing Sea region was such trash. In the entire city, they could easily pull out a void interpretation expert and a few transcendents to destroy them. They were on completely different levels. All of them were filled with strong confidence towards this cross-region battle. All disciples of the vast region, listen up. An elder of the Wuji Empire rode on the Shadow Lion and lightly shouted. Yes. The 120,000 experts of the vast region responded loudly. The enemy! The Supreme Headmaster roared, his face filled with a ferocious killing intent. Kill! An earth-shaking roar came from the mouth of the 120,000 experts of the vast region. The 120,000 people quickly flew towards the Dragon Phoenix Imperial City. The powerful aura that each of them carried directly swarmed forward. Over 10,000 insightful void martial experts, the lowest rank 9 extraordinary experts, charged over with a terrifying killing intent. The entire sky underwent a terrifying transformation, and the clouds in the sky directly scattered. An invisible and suffocating aura condensed in front of them. An even more powerful aura directly charged over like a fierce wind and tsunami. Get ready! All the generals of the Dragon and Phoenix Empire saw the charging aura and their faces changed drastically as they immediately shouted loudly. Yes! Hundreds of thousands of soldiers stared at the front and shouted loudly. Oh no! Feng Luan's expression slightly changed when she saw the charging aura. Buzz! A staff appeared in her hand instantly. She spread out her arm and blocked the terrifying aura in front of her. Boom! The two auras collided, and the terrifying aura was directly blocked by half by Feng Luan. However, this was after all the aura of the strongest army in the vast area. The remaining aura directly swept towards the back. Not good. What kind of power is this? Oh my God, what a terrifying pressure. The hundreds of thousands of soldiers felt the aura coming towards them. It was as if death was pressing down on their necks. Ah! All the soldiers below Transcendent Level 9 all retreated backwards. their legs trembling as they fell to the ground. What? This, just the impact of the aura, how can it be so terrifying? Who are these people, how can they be so strong? The tens of millions of people in the Imperial City behind watched this scene in shock. Just the impact of the aura, more than half of the Dragon and Phoenix Empire's most elite army actually collapsed to the ground. How could they fight? This was just the impact of the aura. Everyone's faces were filled with terror. Only my sect, Southern Royal Family, and Wuji Empire, the three major forces of the vast region, have all arrived. When those generals saw this scene, their faces all became unsightly. They stared at the 120,000 troops in front of them with some fear in their hearts. When Feng Yuan saw this scene, her face also became gloomy. In terms of pure strength, if the Dragon Palace wasn't present, the current Dragon and Phoenix Empire wouldn't even be a match for the only sect. Even if they had the Dragon Palace, they wouldn't be a match for the Wuji Empire. The trash in the Luhai area. We can kill more than half of them with just one charge. The trash area is the trash area. They dare to start a war in our vast area. Today we will destroy them. After being arrogant in our vast area, they still want to escape. The 120,000 strong army flew 5 kilometers ahead. They were flying in the sky, and when they saw that the army had fallen with a single attack from them, their faces revealed an arrogant expression. The mocking words were said without restraint, and everyone's faces revealed disdainful expressions. Hee. The 6th-9th level profound void tier experts also laughed coldly. Everyone from the Dragon and Phoenix Empire, kneel down and bow your heads. We will give you all a complete corpse. An ancestor from the Wuji Empire held a dark magic staff in his hand as he spoke from above. Wuji Empire, you bunch of hypocrites, do you really think that we are afraid of you? Lan Qingyue stared at them as she spoke with an icy expression. Barbarian goddess, do you really think that our vast region is afraid of your little Luhai Empire? A patriarch of Wuji Empire said indifferently. Dragon Phoenix Empire, you entered our vast region to stir up trouble and harm our disciples. Our vast region, the 3 super forces, led all the experts in the vast region to come and kill you. Today will be the day you die. Wuji King said to the Dragon and Phoenix Empire with a righteous expression. Blood must be repaid in blood. Dragon and Phoenix Empire, go and reunite with the Sky Devil. The Supreme Patriarch raised his hand with a grim expression. Everyone from the Southern Royal Family also raised their weapons with hatred. Chapter 1630. 1630 was standing in the middle of the yin and yang poles with the 5 elements grinding on top of his head. The vast area. Our Dragon and Phoenix Empire has provoked the vast area. They are actually the experts of the vast area. Moreover, all of their experts have been mobilized. My God, how are we supposed to defend against them? This isn't a battle of the same level at all. The vast area. It's over, it's over. The tens of millions of people behind the Dragon Phoenix Empire heard their words, and their faces instantly turned pale. The vast region was also known as the upper region by the Flowing Sea region. If the Flowing Sea region was a small village, then the vast region was a city. The two were not on the same level in terms of level or number of experts. If all the experts in the vast area came to destroy the Dragon and Phoenix Empire, how could they resist? All the experts in the vast area, get ready. Don't leave a single one alive. I want nothing to grow here. The Supreme Sect leader roared with a savage expression. Only blood could be used to pay tribute to the people of their sect who had died. Die! The Supreme Sect leader raised his arm, and a palm that was 10 kilometers wide appeared in the air. In the eyes of everyone in the Dragon and Phoenix Empire, the enormous palm was like the anger of a god. Everyone was shocked. When had they ever seen such a terrifying attack? But a red phoenix pattern appeared between Feng Yuan's eyebrows, and she waved the staff in her hand. A firebird flapped its enormous wings and directly met the enormous palm. Come, destroy this bunch of trash. Kill everyone from the Dragon and Phoenix Empire. Kill them all. A bunch of trash. How dare they act so arrogantly in our vast area? Under the Supreme Hierarch's order, all the experts from the 120,000 Corps instantly released a terrifying killing intent. They all held weapons and charged forward. Members of the Dragon Palace, prepare to kill. Prime Minister Jiwei frowned and immediately ordered when he saw the situation. Ding! Congratulations to the host for merging the heart of light and darkness and comprehending the Dharma idol, yin-yang dual polarity. Ding! Congratulations to the host for merging the 5 elements of light and darkness and evolving into a yin-yang 5 elements dragon. Ding! Congratulations to the host for mastering the 7 elements of light and darkness and comprehending the Dharma idol, yin-yang 5 elements alms bowl. Ding! The light and dark 5 elements have fused. The light and dark fire dragon eyes have evolved into the yin-yang 5 elements dragon eyes. Outside the Imperial City, at the instant when the war broke out, system notifications appeared in Wang Xian's mind in the dragon pool in the Dragon Palace. Wang Xian, who was lying quietly in the Dragon Palace, slowly opened his pair of dragon eyes. One was yin and the other was yang. The 5 elements were circulating. His pair of dragon eyes seemed to be able to illuminate the heavens. His body was slowly floating above the dragon pool. An incomparably huge Taiji diagram appeared below his body. The Taiji diagram was about 200 meters in size. One was light and the other was dark. In the area of light, there was a dark divine dragon entrenched. In the dark area, there was a light divine dragon entrenched. The 2 divine dragons were lifelike. Phew, I've finally completely fused with them. Wang Xian's eyes were filled with excitement. The fusion of light and dark and the fusion of the 5 elements was much stronger than he had imagined. I've comprehended 2 types of Dharma images. Wang Xian's heart skipped a beat. Name, Wang Xian. Race, yin-yang 5 elements divine dragon, able to transform into a human. Level, 4th level of the Void Interpretation Stage, 3rd form of the Divine Dragon Transformation. Dragon Crystal, 123. 112764 billion/10,000 billion. Avatar, rules the Water Tribe, rules the Water Tribe below its level. Devourer of Life to extract Dragon Glass. Control the 5 elements. Kung Fu, Dragon Transformation. Supernatural Power, Soul, Spirit, Yin and Yang 5 elements Dragon Eyes. Facsimile, 5 elements Big Mill, Palm Dragon Country, Dragon Head World, 10,000ly Dragon Body, Yin and Yang Poles, Yin and Yang 5 elements Bowl. Dragon Palace, Level 3. Dragon Palace Member, 19,796. The attributes have undergone a huge change. The supernatural powers, light and darkness are gone. The aspect of the Abyss Demon Dragon is also gone. This is because the Yin and Yang bowl of the 5 elements can completely replace the supernatural powers and aspect. Wang Xian looked at his attributes and was very satisfied. He was considered the first Yin and Yang dragon of the 5 elements in the history of the Divine Dragon clan. He was a dragon of 7 attributes. There was a Yin and a Yang in his eyes. There were 5 elements surrounding him. As he felt the violent power in his body, Wang Xian felt that his strength had increased by at least 1 level. It took me more than 8 months to resurrect this time. Guan Shuqing and the rest are worried. I didn't even know to welcome them when I woke up. Wang Xian thought to himself. He moved his body and instantly appeared in the Dragon King's hall. Greetings, Dragon King. The clam girl in the Dragon King's palace immediately greeted him respectfully. Where are the Dragon Queen and the rest? Where are the people from the Dragon Palace? Wang Xian's gaze swept across the Dragon Palace. Under the eyes of the Yin-Yang and 5 elements dragon, there were not many members in the entire Dragon Palace. Reporting to the Dragon King, The experts from the vast region have come to attack the Dragon and Phoenix Empire. The members of the Dragon Palace are currently. Before the clam girl could finish her sentence, Wang Xian suddenly lifted his dragon head. His yin and yang eyes seemed to be able to see through the void as he looked in the direction of the Dragon and Phoenix Imperial City. The solipsistic sect, the Southern Royal Family, and the Wuji Empire. Good. Is the entire force from the vast region here? As he swept his gaze across, a terrifying killing intent burst out from Wang Xian's eyes. Yin and yang circulated, and the 5 elements flowed. His body disappeared instantly. The control of yin and yang, teleportation. The current strange demon possessed the Dharma idol of teleportation. It could teleport within a radius of 10 kilometers. And the current Wang Xian could teleport within a radius of 20 kilometers. Furthermore, he could teleport twice consecutively. After that, he only needed 10 minutes of rest. Teleportation was originally the symbol of a powerhouse in the realm of longevity. However, Wang Xian was the same as Shaolin. As one of the top bloodlines in the universe, they were able to possess such talent before reaching the realm of longevity. After 2 teleportations, Wang Xian's figure instantly appeared 40 kilometers away. Following that, his dragon body flew at a terrifying speed. No matter what the reason is, I will make all of you pay a heavy price today. Wang Xian's eyes were filled with a terrifying killing intent. Kill! His eyes were staring straight ahead. The 2 cold pupils formed an illusory dragon eye of the yin-yang 5 elements. The 2 dragon eyes were each 10 meters in size. The clear pupils were emitting a dense and imposing aura. The dragon eyes charged forward at an even more terrifying speed. Kill! On the battlefield, the Supreme Hierarch's palm was defeated by Feng Luan. The 120,000 experts of the vast area attacked the hundreds of thousands of soldiers of the Dragon and Phoenix Empire and the members of the Dragon Palace with ferocious expressions. The aura of absolute suppression made them look ferocious and excited. Let's take action and finish them off as soon as possible. The 3 patriarchs of the Wuji Empire looked at each other and said indifferently, "Okay." The 3 people nodded slowly. "You are forcing me." When Feng Luan saw the 6 rank 9 void interpretation experts preparing to attack, the flames in her eyes jumped. Roar! At this moment, a dragon roar was heard. What's that? 2 eyes. Everyone looked over, and when they saw 2 10-meter-long dragon eyes, they were slightly stunned. Vast area, are you here to die? Chapter 1631. 1631. Above 1631's head, the 5 elements were grinding against each other. Are you looking for death in this vast area? 2 huge pupils flew over. One was black and the other was white, and the 5 elements were surrounding them. Seeing these pupils, everyone couldn't help but feel slightly shocked. These pupils were too strange. However, what shocked everyone even more was that the dragon pupils actually made a sound. The 2 dragon eyes were suspended in the air for 1,000 meters, and they were filled with killing intent as they stared at everyone in the vast area. What are these things? The 3 ancestors of the Wuji Empire who were about to make a move were slightly stunned as they stared at the 2 enormous dragon eyes with some vigilance. What are those? What strange pupils? All the soldiers and citizens of the Dragon and Phoenix Empire looked over with faces filled with shock, and their eyes were filled with doubt. 2 vivid pupils floated in the sky, as if they were monitoring the heavens. Under the gaze of these pupils, everyone felt their hearts palpitate. It's the Dragon King. It's Shaoxian. Shaoxian has been resurrected. All the disciples of the Dragon Palace, Guan Shuqing, and the others looked excited when they saw this pair of pupils and the familiar aura. I'm asking you, are you here to die? Another cold voice filled with killing intent was heard. This cold voice didn't come from that pair of strange and mysterious eyes, but from the east. Everyone had already stopped what they were doing and looked to the east in unison. A figure 150 meters tall. Everyone was extremely familiar with this figure, because this figure had stirred up the wind and clouds in the entire vast area. Compared to the monstrous demonic chi or the figure that covered the sky and covered the sun, the figure in the east was only 150 meters tall. However, the 5 elements millstone that was floating in the sky had a circumference of 10 kilometers. It was also the yin-yang tai chi that was floating below. The 5 elements millstone was above his head while he was standing on the yin-yang tai chi. The 5 elements millstone was spinning while the yin-yang tai chi was spinning. Wang Xian was suspended in the middle as he stared coldly at everyone in the vast area. It's the Dragon King. It's the Dragon King. The Dragon King is here. This is so cool. Is the Dragon King a god? What is that thing that looks like a millstone in the sky? What is that light and darkness thing beneath him? It's simply the descent of a god. The Dragon King is here. As long as the Dragon King is here, what do we have to fear in the vast region? Before the members of the Dragon Palace could get excited, all the citizens of the Dragon Phoenix Imperial City cheered excitedly. In the eyes of the people of the Dragon Phoenix Empire, the Dragon King had long become an invincible god. From the establishment of the Dragon Phoenix Empire to the unification of the Flowing Sea region by the Dragon Phoenix Empire, it had only been less than 3 years. Every time the Dragon and Phoenix Empire faced a crisis, the Dragon King would be able to resolve it easily. The people's trust in the Dragon King had reached the level of blind worship. Upon seeing Wang Xian's appearance, everyone's faces were filled with excitement and excitement. Phew, little Xian's strength seems to be much stronger than before. Feng Wan heaved a sigh of relief when she saw Wang Xian flying over in a domineering manner. Once she transformed into a fire phoenix, she would really be on a path of no return. What? This is the Sky Demon? This is the Sky Demon? Isn't the Sky Demon already dead? How is this possible? What a terrifying aura. Who is he? However, at this moment, everyone in the vast region was stunned. The Wang Xian who flew over was exactly the same as the Sky Demon they saw back then. Even his voice was the same. However, wasn't the Heavenly Demon already dead? How could he still appear? Heavenly Demon, I didn't expect you to still be alive. The Supreme Headmaster was the first to recognize Wang Xian's aura. When he saw Wang Xian who was exuding a powerful aura, his eyes were filled with brutal killing intent. The Heavenly Demon was actually alive. Wuji Empire, I didn't expect you guys to get involved as well. Wang Xian completely ignored the Supreme Sect leader. The current him could completely disregard the solipsistic sect. He stared at the 3 patriarchs of Wuji Empire and swept his gaze across everyone in Wuji Empire. There was no emotion in his eyes. I didn't expect Reverend Wang to still be alive. When Patriarch Dark Eye saw Wang Xian's sudden appearance, he frowned slightly. Priest Wang, the name of the Saint of Light, was conferred by Patriarch Dark Eye back then. Let me introduce myself. Dragon King of the Dragon Palace, Wang Xian. Anyone who dares to offend the Dragon Palace or the Dragon Phoenix Empire will be executed. The killing intent on Wang Xian's body gathered rapidly as his figure moved. Carrying the 5 elements Great Mill and Yin-Yang Tai Chi, he attacked the 3 patriarchs of the Wuji Empire directly. Arrogant. So what if you are a Sky Demon? Do you think you can fight against our Wuji Empire? The Patriarch of Dark Patterns, who had just advanced to the 9th level of the see-through void tier, shouted coldly when he saw Wang Xian coming at him. He waved his arm and numerous dark spears that were 1,000 meters in size directly attacked Wang Xian. Since you have provoked our Wuji Empire, we will let you die again. The other patriarch of the Wuji Empire stared at Wang Xian with murderous intent. One by one, the Dark Lions attacked Wang Xian. The Wuji Empire is not something you can invade. Patriarch of the Dark Eye sighed softly. Hee. Wang Xian smiled when he saw the 3 patriarchs of the Wuji Empire attacking him. I'll use you guys to test my strength. Yin-yang dual polarity, activate. Buzz. Yin-yang dual polarity, light and darkness enveloped the area. The shadow of Yin and Yang Taiji appeared around Wang Xian. Buzz, 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 buzz. The long spears, the berserk beasts, and the ghostly shadows landed on Wang Xian's body and were easily deflected by the Yin-yang dual polarity. When the three patriarchs of Dark Eye Clan saw how easily Wang Xian deflected their attacks, they were slightly shocked. Yin and Yang concealment. Wang Xian's eyes revealed a hint of coldness. His gaze landed on the weakest patriarch of Dark Mark Clan, and his figure moved. On the Yin and Yang extremes, the light instantly rippled in the surroundings. Everything within a radius of 10 kilometers was instantly covered by the light. Disappear. The three patriarchs of the Wuji Empire felt the light around them and their bodies shook. The monstrous devil flames quickly chased away the light around them. Pooh! Ah! Suddenly, a scream came out of nowhere. Dark Mark. The faces of Patriarch Dark Eye and the other patriarch changed drastically when they heard the voice. They quickly turned around. Wuji Empire, no matter what your reason is, if you dare to invade the Dragon Phoenix Empire, we will fight to the death in the future. Today, I want to see how many of you can escape from the flowing sea region. A cold voice came from afar. Dark Eye Patriarch and the other patriarch's eyes instantly turned blood red. They stared at the dark mark that was directly cut off by the dragon claw. An expert at level 9 of the see-through realm was actually killed in an instant. Moreover, this was in a 1-on-3 situation. All the disciples of the Dragon Palace and all the generals of the Dragon and Phoenix Empire, listen up. Kill. Wang Xian's voice covered the entire sky. Chapter 1632. 1632 Invincible Stance of 1632. Kill the enemy. Bang. A loud roar was heard. Carrying an invincible stance, the 5 elements grinding on top of his head and his feet stepping on the yin-yang tai chi. Wang Xian waved his dragon claw heavily. A corpse was thrown directly towards the front of the army of 120,000 people in the vast area. The Dark Mark Grandmaster, a newly advanced expert at level 9 of the see-through realm in the Wuji Empire, was actually killed in an instant. Furthermore, he was fighting against the other 2 patriarchs of the Wuji Empire at the same time. In front of the entire Dragon and Phoenix Empire, apart from Wang Xian, there was silence. The corpse landed heavily in front of them, causing everyone to widen their eyes. Their eyes were filled with astonishment. This was an expert from the Guardian clan of a level 9 see-through expert. Now, he was actually killed directly. In the past 1,000 years, there were only 2 level 9 see-through experts who died. And these 2 were all killed by the Sky Demon. The Sky Demon that has been resurrected seems to be even more terrifying than before. A terrified expression appeared on the faces of all the experts in the vast area. To instantly kill a rank 9 profound void martial expert, who could match such an invincible appearance. No one present could match him. This made them recall that 8 months ago, the Sky Demon led his subordinates to charge into the headquarters of the Lone Sect and kill Patriarch Fengqi. After this battle, the vast region was shaken. However, the Sky Demon was even more terrifying now. Kill. All the members of the Dragon Palace roared with excitement when they saw the Dragon King kill a level 9 profound void martial expert. Ring, ring, ring. The Dolphin clan played the battle music, and all the archers of the Heavenly Eye Arrow Division charged forward with their bows and arrows. In the current Dragon Palace, there were more than 15,000 profound void martial experts, and only 5,000 disciples had yet to reach the profound void martial realm. Even the weakest insightful void stage powerhouse could resist against a second-level insightful void stage powerhouse. As for the 120,000 troops in the vast region, the number of insightful void stage powerhouses was only about the same as the Dragon Palace. However, with the addition of the Dragon and Phoenix Empire's insightful void stage powerhouses, There were more than 20,000 insightful void stage powerhouses in the flowing sea region. Just now, what was missing was the peak combat strength of the 9th level of the insightful void stage. Now that Wang Xian had arrived, there was no lack of peak combat strength. Kill. When the Seathruff level members of the Dragon Palace flew down from Xiaolan's body, all the powerhouses in the vast area were stunned. How can they have so many powerhouses? There are more than 10,000 of them. They also have more than 10,000 Seathruff level powerhouses. Oh my god, how can there be so many powerhouses in such a small flowing sea region? The 120,000 strong army trembled. At the strongest position, a group of profound void tier experts were resisting the arrows from the Heavenly Eye Arrow Division. However, just as they thought that they could withstand the arrows, a wave of special sound waves suddenly transmitted into their minds, causing the bodies of the profound void tier experts to stiffen. Ah! A miserable cry was emitted from the mouth of the profound void tier experts. The Heavenly Eye Arrow Division had 1,000 insightful void realm experts. With the help of the Dolphin Clan, a round of arrows was shot down. In addition, the arrows were smeared with the poison created by the 8-pointed commander. In an instant, 200 to 300 insightful void realm experts were killed. This was an extremely terrifying number. Face the enemy. Face the enemy. We are a majestic and vast region. Why would we be afraid of a tiny place like the flowing sea region? Kill. When the king of Wuji saw the sudden burst of combat power from the Dragon Palace and the Dragon and Phoenix Empire, everyone was shocked and shouted loudly. Next, it's your turn. In the middle of the battlefield, Wang Xian looked at Patriarch Dark Eye and the other Patriarch of Wuji Empire and said coldly. In the sky, an invisible destructive power swept towards the two of them. Kill. The two patriarchs from the Wuji Empire had extremely gloomy expressions. They gritted their teeth and growled. Eye of Darkness. Dark Storm. The two of them waved their arms and a terrifying dark light shot out from their eyes. The other one raised both his arms and the sky was instantly covered by darkness. Countless dark raindrops attacked Wang Xian. The two of you want to fight against me? After the short clash just now, Wang Xian had a better understanding of his own strength. The yin-yang taiji below him spun and numerous shadowy shadows of the taiji appeared around him. The dark storm and the eye of darkness landed on it, but they were all blocked outside. The most powerful aspect of the great grinding of the 5 elements was healing and destruction. The most powerful aspect of the yin-yang taiji was its defense and concealment. The yin-yang dual polarity was activated. As long as the attack power did not exceed a certain level, it would be able to completely block outside. Suppress. As the attacks landed around him and were blocked, Wang Xian shouted softly. On the 5 elements millstone, the 5 divine dragons of the 5 elements roared and pulled the 5 elements millstone. Streams of energy of the 5 elements formed a mountain and headed straight for the two of them. The mountain peak, which was thousands of meters high and filled with the aura of destruction, looked extremely terrifying from a distance. Dark Mad Lion devours the sky. Dark Mad Lion devours the sky. The two patriarchs of Wuji dynasty waved their arms, and a 10,000-meter wide head of the Dark Mad Lion appeared in front of them. The Dark Mad Lion raised its head and opened its huge mouth, biting toward the huge mountain peak. Wang! A terrifying collision was heard, and the head of the Dark Lion, which was 10,000 meters long, trembled. Following that, it slowly trembled under the impact of the mountain peak and gradually disappeared. The mountain peak, which was filled with destructive aura, shook in the direction of the two patriarchs of the Wuji Empire. So powerful! The faces of the two patriarchs of the Wuji Empire changed drastically. Their mount, the Dark Lion, which was a level 8 insightful void tier, died under the impact of the 5 elements' destructive power. Their bodies were also sent flying for thousands of meters. Southern Emperor Jianghe, come and help us. We are no match for the Sky Devil. Quick, quick. As the dark-eyed elder was sent flying, one of his palms was hit by the invisible destructive power, and two of his fingers disappeared immediately. His pitch-black pupils were filled with fear as he shouted loudly. What? The two patriarchs of the Southern royal family were working together to fight against Shaolin. When they heard the patriarch of the Wuji Empire's plea for help, their expressions changed slightly. Southern royal family's Jianghe looked over uncertainly. He gestured to the other elder and flew over. With the three of us, kill the Sky Fiend as soon as possible. Nangong Jianghe flew over and roared loudly. It's enough that we can resist him, but you still want to kill him? Patriarch Dark Eye said with a gloomy face when he heard Nangong Jianghe's words. His gaze swept to the area below him, and his expression sank. The power of the flowing sea region had completely exceeded their imagination. Not only were the Sky Fiends invincible, but there were also experts who were invincible. Sword Chi swept across several thousand meters. It was a ruthless and decisive golden swordfish. The thunder prawns that held the thunder hammer and thunder spear covered in lightning. The deadly arrows, the violent dark demon monkeys, and the dancing fiery red thorns. In the battle against their 120,000-strong army, they were actually at a complete advantage. If it were not for the fact that they had more profound Void Tier 8 powerhouses, they would have been defeated by now. Chapter 1633. 1633 in the Invincible stance of 1633. What? Nangong Jianghe, who was charging towards Wang Xian and the rest, heard the words of the patriarch of Wuji Empire and his face instantly sank. Even with the strength of 3 people, they could only defend at most. The moment the Sky Demon appeared, he killed one of them. Now, he was fighting against 3 of them alone. There were also 2 experts at level 9 of the See-Through Void who were fighting against the Supreme Sect Leader and another patriarch of the Southern Royal Family. Their peak combat strength was completely on par. Woo woo woo. Right at this moment, Little Blue's furious voice was heard. Boom boom boom. Following that, a terrifying collision sound was heard. Southern Emperor Jianghe hurriedly looked in the direction where he flew over. Oh no! Looking over, his expression instantly darkened. Just now, the 2 experts of the Southern Royal Family were fighting against this space behemoth, leaving several thousand meters long wounds on its body. Then, at the instant he got up, the enormous body of the behemoth directly crashed towards the direction of the 120,000-strong army below. The ancestor of the Southern Royal Family directly stabbed a large blade that was several thousand meters long into the body of the behemoth. However, the terrifying behemoth seemed to feel no pain as it continued to charge forward. Its incomparably huge body immediately collided with the bodies of several hundred profound void martial experts. In an instant, several dozen weak profound void martial experts directly turned into blood mist. The bodies of several hundred others instantly became flat and lost their vitality. The blood mist entered the body of the giant beast and was quickly absorbed. The wounds healed at a terrifying speed. This scene caused another ancestor of the Southern Royal Family to feel a wave of fear. The recovery and vitality of this space beast was too terrifying. He was alone. Even if the other party didn't retaliate or dodge, he would have to kill for a few minutes before he could kill it. And this giant beast had killed dozens of his subordinates in an instant. Dragon country in the palm. Wang Xian saw that their experts were working together to fight against him. There was no hint of fear on his face as he waved his dragon claws. In an instant, the huge dragon claw clawed downwards. He placed his target among the 120,000 soldiers below. How dare you get distracted when you are fighting with us? Fire is raging. Explode. Nanhuang Jianghe was furious when he saw Wang Xian ignoring the 3 of them and attacking downwards. He waved his hand and a fireball expanded at a terrifying speed. It attacked Wang Xian. Abyss Heaven Piercing Spear. Abyss Heaven Piercing Spear. Patriarch Dark Eye and the other Patriarch unleashed a powerful single-target attack in a fit of rage. Even though your Sky Fiend is very strong now, he is not strong enough to ignore us. The three of them were filled with a monstrous killing intent. Let's try our strongest defensive Dharma idol. Yin Yang 5 Elements Alms Bowl. Wang Xian growled and a Tai Chi alms bowl slowly appeared around him. Around the Tai Chi alms bowl, 5 divine dragons of the 5 elements circled around it. The alms bowl slowly draped over Wang Xian's dragon body. The entire alms bowl was like a cape. The pressure was overbearing. Placed on top of the dragon body, it gave off a sense of mystery and elegance. Powerhouses from the vast region, how dare you invade us? The Yin Yang 5 Elements Alms Bowl appeared. Wang Xian completely ignored the attacks of the 3 level 9 void interpretation stage powerhouses in the sky. His dragon claws, which were a few kilometers in size, directly attacked the dozens of level 8 void interpretation stage powerhouses below him. Oh no, the Sky Demon actually dares to divert his attention to deal with us. When the dozens of level 8 void interpretation stage powerhouses saw the terrifying dragon claws, their faces revealed a look of fear. They hurriedly dodged to the side. Roar! Dragon Head whirled. Wang Xian opened his dragon mouth and activated his Dharma idol once again. Dragon Head whirled. In an instant, a dragon mouth that was 3,000 to 4,000 meters in size shot out an invisible force of destruction. A long river appeared directly on the battlefield. Buzz! Ah! 7 to 8 powerhouses of the 8th level of the Seeping Void tier were covered by the long river of destruction. The Gray River passed through a distance of 20 kilometers. The Gray River drew a dividing line across the entire battlefield. However, what made everyone in the vast area even more fearful was that the river of 20 kilometers had drowned 7,000 to 8,000 people. These were 7,000 to 8,000 top-notch experts in the vast area. There was only a total of 120,000 troops, but 7,000 to 8,000 of them were wiped out in an instant. It was definitely a huge loss. Sky Demon, you're courting death. The two patriarchs of the Wuji Empire saw Wang Xian killing 7,000 to 8,000 experts in one move. Most of the people who were killed were from the Wuji Empire. This caused their eyes to turn red instantly. One of the patriarchs of the Wuji Empire moved. He did not attack Wang Xian. Since Wang Xian was killing their disciple, he had to return the favor. Yin Yang 5 Elements Alms Bowl, unravel. Wang Xian saw one of the patriarchs of the Wuji Empire flying toward the members of the Dragon Palace. There was a hint of coldness in his eyes. His body trembled. The Yin Yang 5 Elements Alms Bowl on his body completely disintegrated. The Yin Yang 5 Elements Alms Bowl was formed by the 5 elements power in his body, the light and darkness heart. The defense was almost invincible among the 9th level of the void interpretation stage. When the Yin Yang 5 Elements Alms Bowl was unsealed, it immediately transformed into 3 divine dragons. The 5 elements divine dragon, the light divine dragon, and the darkness demonic dragon. Before Wang Xian had completely fused with the heart of light and darkness, he had a Dharma idol, the abyss demonic dragon. Due to the heart of darkness, he could summon a powerful demonic dragon. After the light and darkness were completely fused, the Dharma idol, the abyss demonic dragon, disappeared. However, the disappearance did not mean that Wang Xian could not use it. On the contrary, he was even more powerful now. The Yin Yang 5 Elements Alms Bowl had transformed into 3 divine dragons. Each of them possessed the strength of a 9th level void interpretation. Even if they were only comparable to an expert like Patriarch of Dark Patterns who had just entered the 9th level void interpretation, they were still extremely terrifying. However, after the Yin Yang 5 Elements Alms Bowl transformed into a divine dragon, Wang Xian's own strength would be reduced by a lot. He could only match up to an ordinary 9th level void interpretation. Even so, it was enough. The three divine dragons let out three wild roars and attacked the two patriarchs of Wuji Empire and Nangong Jianghe respectively. Seeing the three divine dragons that suddenly flew out from Wang Xian's body, Patriarch Dark Eye and the other two had extremely ugly expressions on their faces. In particular, the aura emitted by the three divine dragons was not weak at all. Illusory items, kill them as soon as possible. Patriarch Dark Eye stared at the three divine dragons with his black eyes. His body trembled and an incomparably huge demonic shadow held a sickle in his hand as he charged towards the divine dark dragon. The divine dark dragon's body rolled and bit the demonic shadow heavily. Crap! Another patriarch of Wuji Empire who wanted to kill the disciples of the Dragon Palace was entangled by the light dragon god. After two collisions, his face turned ugly. It would take him at least 10 minutes or even half an hour to kill it. Dragon body of 10,000 miles. All the powerhouses in the vast area, take this. In the center of the area, a terrifying divine dragon was rampaging within a 10-kilometer radius. Without the power of light and darkness of the five elements, a divine dragon could kill in all directions just by relying on its physical body. Chapter 1634. 1634. Under the invincible stance of 1634. All the powerhouses in the vast region, take this. The huge dragon's voice spread across a radius of 100 kilometers. With a body of nearly 10 kilometers, dazzling dragon scales under the sunlight, and gigantic dragon claws, it directly crushed the powerhouses in the vast region. The war had only started for less than 10 minutes. Just now, Wang Xian's attack had killed 7 to 8 see-through Void Tier 8 experts and 7 to 8,000 other experts. This caused the vast area to be at a complete disadvantage. Now, Wang Xian once again relied on his powerful physical body to charge towards the remaining 110,000 troops. How the fuck is he going to receive the attack? Where's the Patriarch? Block the Sky Demon. Otherwise, how are we going to fight? An expert at level 7 of the see-through realm looked at the terrifying body within a 10-kilometer radius. He was so afraid that tears almost flowed down his face. Receive this attack. We are more than 1 meter in size. How can we receive an attack from a 10,000-meter-long creature? Who can receive it? Boom, boom, boom. However, even if they couldn't receive it, they had to receive it. Wang Xian waved his dragon claws and swept them with his powerful physical body. The air exploded as the dragon claws swept past. All the experts at the see-through realm and those at the half-step to the see-through realm were like ants in his eyes. Under his terrifying strength, all the figures were sent flying and their bodies were completely deflated. No one could withstand a single strike from Wang Xian. Even the experts at the 8th level of the see-through level were sent flying for thousands of meters by the terrifying dragon claws. They were only left with half their lives. The sounds of miserable shrieks could be heard continuously in an instant. The army that was left with only 110,000 soldiers was defeated immediately. Oh my God, the Dragon King is too violent. He is a godly beast that descended from the sky. He is so powerful. There are so many experts in the Dragon Palace. There are more than 10,000 insightful Emptiness Realm experts. This is too awesome. Invincible. The Dragon King is invincible. He can fight against 3 people at the same time. He is so powerful. The Dragon King is invincible, the Dragon Palace is invincible, and the experts in the high and mighty area are going to be defeated by us. With the Dragon Palace and the Dragon King here, who dares to mess with the Dragon and Phoenix Empire? Behind them, tens of millions of people in the Dragon and Phoenix Imperial City stared at the war with wide eyes. The powerhouses in the high and mighty area had arrived, and their momentum alone was enough to defeat them. However, the powerhouses in the high and mighty area were being slaughtered. The battle in the sky was like a fight between immortals. Especially the invincible posture of the Dragon King, It was deeply imprinted in everyone's mind. Our Phoenix Emperor is also very strong. With the Phoenix Emperor and the Dragon King in the future, our Dragon Phoenix dynasty might be able to establish a foundation for 10,000 years. The relationship between the Phoenix Emperor and the Dragon King is so good, and it's a man and a woman. Do you think that in the future? The balance of the war had been broken, and all the citizens of the Dragon Phoenix Imperial City heaved a heavy sigh of relief. They were talking excitedly. In fact, they were even discussing the private affairs between the Dragon King and the Empress. Stop the Sky Demon. We can't let him continue killing. All the disciples in the vast area, run. Patriarch Dark Eye was suppressing the divine Dark Dragon in front of him. However, he could not kill him quickly. Seeing Wang Xian wreaking havoc on the battlefield, the vast area was completely defeated. His pitch-black pupils were bloodshot as he roared loudly. Run now. This is too terrifying. Run, return to the vast area. Upon hearing Patriarch Dark Eye's order, the experts from the vast area who were defeated by Wang Xian on the battlefield below did not hesitate at all. They immediately fled in the direction of the vast area. Let's block the Sky Demon and the other two experts. Patriarch Dark Eye forcefully blocked the attack in front of him and attacked Wang Xian's dragon body. All the disciples of the Dragon Palace, chase after them. All the soldiers of the Dragon and Phoenix Empire, chase after them. Wang Xian ordered loudly while Feng Yuan shouted as well. The experts from the vast region had already charged into the flowing sea region. How could they let them escape with peace of mind? Kill! All the members and experts of the Dragon Palace chased after the army from the vast region with excited faces. All the experts in the vast area who thought that they were gods had never thought that they would be so miserable. The appearance of the Dragon King and the experts of the Dragon Palace made them all feel terrified. Whoosh. The experts in the vast area fled, causing the Heavenly Eye Arrow Division to completely let go. Each of their members rode on the Phoenix Dragon Seed and shot life-chasing arrows at the half-step void interpretation experts of the extraordinary 9th rank. There was nothing they could do. The void interpretation experts were the fastest to escape, so they could only leave the weaker ones behind. After rounds of attacks, the corpses fell down like raindrops. Just a few rounds of attacks from the Heavenly Eye Arrow Division had killed more than 10,000 people. Why is it like this? Oh, don't kill me. The weaker ones looked at the experts of the Dragon Palace and the soldiers of the Dragon Phoenix Empire with despair on their faces. They gritted their teeth and tried their best to escape. Is there any use in escaping? We will reach the vast area. The two patriarchs from the Wuji Empire, the two patriarchs from the Southern Royal Family, and the Supreme Sect Master were fighting against Wang Xian, Xiaolan, and Feng Yuan with all their might. Looking at the army that was fleeing in the vast area, Wang Xian revealed a mocking expression. Sky Demon, it's impossible for you to destroy us. Upon hearing Wang Xian's words, Patriarch Dark Eye's expression changed drastically. The Sky Demon was actually going to attack their vast area. To the three superpowers, this was a great humiliation. Even if we can't destroy them, we can still cause the three superpowers to suffer heavy losses. Wang Xian revealed a cold smile. Wang Xian, Xiaolan, and Feng Yuan could completely suppress the 5 strongest experts in the vast region. However, it was a little difficult to kill them. Just like when he was in the Solitaire sect, after he consumed the violent blood pill, he could only use the method of mutual destruction if he wanted to kill Patriarch Fengqi. With Wang Xian's current strength, he could fight against 4 people at the 9th level of the see-through void tier. 3 of them were not his match. As for 1 or 2 of them, he could kill them quickly with his full strength. However, it was extremely difficult to kill the 5 of them. If they were not careful, Xiaolan and Feng Yuan would be injured by both of them. Boom, boom, boom. In the sky, their fight continued. Even if the 5 top-notch experts in the vast region were injured, they could only hold on. because once they escaped, their vast region's 120,000-strong army would all remain here. If that was the case, the entire vast region would be completely crippled. Run! 10 minutes later, the 5 experts of the vast region gritted their teeth and directly fled towards the vast region with blackened faces. Little Xian, should we let little Lan chase after them? Seeing the 5 experts from the vast area fleeing, Feng Yuan raised her eyebrows and asked. Chase them to the North Stream Sea. After that, we will gather our army and go to the vast area to have a good talk with them. Wang Xian stared at the 5 disappearing figures and said coldly. Chapter 1635. 1635 attacked the vast region. The vast region had gathered all their forces to invade their flowing sea region. This matter couldn't end so easily. Now, they had the ability to counterattack. At that time, the entire vast region would have to pay a huge price. But during the 8 months you've been resurrected, we've already entered the vast region. At that time, the Wuji dynasty didn't make a move. We were fighting against the southern royal family of the Soul Sky sect. After 8 months of battle, we obtained a large amount of resources. After stabilizing for 1 to 2 years, we were basically able to suppress the 2 superpowers. However, the Life and Death Pill Workshop and the Holy Item Forging Workshop must have given some benefits and resources to the Wuji Empire to make a move. Feng Yuan nodded and said to Wang Xian. The Wuji Empire? The most ruthless imperial family. As expected, in their eyes, there are only benefits. As long as there are sufficient benefits, they can do anything. Wang Xian's eyes turned cold. He also knew that Feng Yuan and the Dragon Palace had entered the vast region to become enemies with the 2 superpowers in order to avenge him. However, the appearance of the Wuji Empire had completely exceeded their expectations. Let's go, let's chase after them. Wang Xian's eyes turned cold. This time, he wanted to shock the entire vast region. He wanted to make half of the vast region submit to the Dragon and Phoenix Empire and the Dragon Palace. With the 5 elements grinding above his head and his feet stepping on the yin and yang poles, Wang Xian flew rapidly in the direction of the North Flow Sea. Along the way, there were corpses everywhere, all the way to the edge of the North Flow Sea. All the members of the Dragon Palace and the members of the Dragon and Phoenix Empire stopped by the sea. They were hesitating whether they should continue to pursue him. Dragon King, Phoenix Emperor. Dragon King. Seeing Wang Xian and Feng Yuan flying over, all the soldiers and members of the Dragon Palace immediately shouted respectfully. The soldiers of the Dragon and Phoenix Empire stared at Wang Xian with respect. Prime Minister Gui, send someone to deliver the corpse to the Dragon Palace. The rest of the disciples of the Dragon Palace, rest for an hour and follow me on the expedition. All the soldiers of the Dragon and Phoenix Empire, rest for a while and follow me and the Dragon King on the expedition. Wang Xian ordered the members of the Dragon Palace. Feng Yuan also said to the soldiers of the Dragon and Phoenix Empire. It's the Dragon King. It's the Phoenix Emperor. All the disciples of the Dragon Palace and the soldiers of the Dragon and Phoenix Empire revealed an excited look. This time was completely different from the last time. This time, it was a real expedition. An expedition to the entire vast region. To conquer the vast region with a weak place like the flowing sea region. This was an unprecedented feat. The Dragon Phoenix Empire and Sky Demon Empire will counterattack our vast region. Everyone gather together. We will lead you back quickly. At this moment, at a location hundreds of kilometers away from the North Flowing Sea, the 2 patriarchs of the Wuji Empire, the 2 patriarchs of the Southern Royal Family, and the supreme sect leader of the solipsistic sect caught up with the fleeing army in the vast region. All the powerful warriors who had come with an awe-inspiring presence were now full of fear and embarrassment. The 120,000-strong army only had about 60,000 soldiers. They had lost half of them. This was something that none of them had expected. Especially the 5 patriarchs, whose faces were so gloomy that they almost bled. Patriarch Dark Eye of the Wuji dynasty clenched his fists, his face full of regret. This time, not only did the Wuji Empire not gain any benefits, they even suffered heavy losses. The benefits they gained were nothing compared to the losses they suffered. What? The Sky Fiend and Dragon Phoenix Empire are going to attack us? At the front, more than 10 middle-aged elders' expressions changed drastically as they cried out involuntarily. That's right. The Dragon Phoenix Empire and the Sky Fiend Empire will not be as simple as before. Our vast region will be in trouble this time. At least the Dragon Phoenix Empire will occupy more than half of the vast region's territory. The Wuji Empire's patriarch said with a dark expression. As both empires, they knew that the Dragon Phoenix Empire would definitely occupy a large area of territory and divide it up among themselves. The faces of the dozen middle-aged elders turned incomparably ugly. They were masters of the Life and Death Medicinal Pill Academy and the Holy Item Forging Academy. Once the Dragon Phoenix Empire entered, wouldn't they be finished? Moreover, how many places in the entire vast region were there for their Life and Death Pill Workshop and the Holy Item Forging Workshop? The Savage Goddess Giant Beast can carry over 100,000 people. We must fly with all our might. Everyone from the Life and Death Pill Workshop, please give us all your pills to replenish our energy. We will take everyone and fly. Southern Emperor Zhenghe took a deep breath and ordered the masters from the Life and Death Pill Workshop. Hurry up! The ancestor from the Wuji Empire shouted coldly when he saw the hesitant expression of the Life and Death Pill Workshop. Yes, yes. The masters from the Life and Death Pill Workshop immediately nodded in fear. They did not dare to resist at all. The 5 big shots from the vast region were all filled with anger. Who cared about their identities? Gather together, let's go. In order to prevent the army of the Dragon and Phoenix Empire from catching up, the 5 top-tier experts could only do their best to bring them towards the vast region. Over 60,000 people, under the lead of the 5 experts, flew at 5 to 6 times their normal speed. In less than a day, the vast continent appeared in their line of sight. Looking at this familiar continent, the experts in the vast region all heaved a heavy sigh of relief. This battle in the Flowing Sea region was definitely a terrifying nightmare. The reappearance of the Sky Demon had killed a patriarch of the Wuji Empire in an invincible manner and suppressed all the experts in the vast region. As for them, they could only flee in panic. Now they had finally escaped back. In a city near the North Flowing Sea, as the most border city, the area wasn't very large. The population wasn't very large either. But recently, many strangers had come to this city. This group of people had no other intentions. They were simply waiting for the experts of the vast area to return in triumph. There were even some weak sects that made banners and the like. Once the experts of the vast area returned, they would immediately welcome them and return in triumph. This caused this small city to become much livelier. Look, who are those people? What a powerful aura. Why do they look like the experts of the Flowing Sea region? Suddenly, in the leisurely area by the sea, a middle-aged man looked towards a distant location with a stunned expression and said to his companion in surprise. How is this possible? It will take at least 10 days for a group of experts from our vast area to travel back and forth to the Flowing Sea region. The companion beside him shook his head and looked up, slowly frowning. That's right. Although with the strength of our vast area, it will only take 1 or 2 hours at most to destroy the Dragon Phoenix Empire in the Flowing Sea region, it will take nearly 10 days to fly back and forth. How? As the middle-aged man spoke, he stared at the group of people flying towards them from afar. Suddenly, his voice slowly faded away as he stared at the 5 familiar figures in front of him and the experts from the vast region behind him who were in a sorry state. How is this possible? Chapter 1636. 1636 launched a counterattack in the vast region. How is this possible? A cry of surprise came out of the middle-aged man's mouth. Those are the experts from our vast region? Oh my God, those 5 old men in front are some old ancestors. Why are they in such a sorry state and their expressions are extremely ugly? Why are there only 60,000 of the 120,000 troops that went there? What's going on? Did we lose half of our people in order to destroy the Dragon Phoenix Empire? If I remember correctly, there were 6 patriarchs in the army, but there are only 5 now. Oh my God, could it be? At this moment, a cry of surprise came from the surrounding area. Everyone looked at the experts in the vast area in shock. They widened their eyes, and their eyes were filled with disbelief. I didn't expect that our vast region would suffer such a great loss when we set out to conquer a flowing sea region. Seeing all the experts of the vast region disappear, an old man said with a frown. That's right. It seems that the Dragon Phoenix Empire is really not simple. They could actually cause our vast region to suffer such heavy losses. A small region is able to fight against the experts of our vast region to such an extent. They can be considered to have no regrets even in death. I really didn't expect that a small flowing sea region would actually cause our vast region to suffer such heavy losses. Some people in the surroundings were discussing in shock. They were filled with shock at the loss of experts from the vast region. They were even more shocked by the strength of the Dragon and Phoenix Empire. The vast region, our Dragon and Phoenix Empire, is back. How dare you invade us? Today, we will fight back and make all the factions in the vast region pay a heavy price. However, half an hour later, the people of the vast region were discussing the return of the experts from the vast region. Suddenly, a roar filled with fury and excitement came from the north flowing sea. The voice covered an area of more than 100 kilometers. What? Everyone in the city and by the sea was instantly stunned. Everyone looked in the direction of the north flowing sea in shock. When they saw the familiar giant beast, their eyes widened and their bodies trembled. Their faces were filled with shock. The flag of the Dragon and Phoenix Empire fluttered in the sky. Tens of thousands of experts who were emitting a strong murderous aura stood on the giant beast and stared coldly at the land in front of them. Compared to the previous arrival of the Dragon and Phoenix Empire, this time, it was filled with fury and killing intent. People in the city below, listen up. Soon, the owner of this land will belong to our Dragon and Phoenix Empire. Just wait to submit. The giant beast came to the top of the city and a domineering voice sounded out. Wanton, arrogant, and confident. When everyone heard this, they opened their mouths slightly. But the experts of our vast region didn't return in triumph. They were beaten back. Also, the Dragon Phoenix Empire of the flowing sea region is attacking. Oh my God! Everyone looked at this scene in disbelief. From the beginning to the end, they had never thought that the experts from the vast region would fail. Even if the 120,000-strong army only returned 60,000, or even if they returned early, they had never thought of this. This was because in their eyes, the vast region was invincible. Going to the flowing sea region was a piece of cake. No one had expected this outcome. Now, not only had their vast region suffered a great defeat, but the experts from the Dragon and Phoenix Empire had actually counterattacked. When they thought of this result, everyone was in an uproar. It's very difficult to destroy the 3 major factions. However, this time, we have to completely establish ourselves in the vast region. We have to occupy at least half of the territory. Let's head to the He clan first and get the information department of the He clan to move. After that, we will wreak havoc in the vast region for a few days. Wang Xian stood at the front. He had a clear understanding of what had happened during the 8 months he was resurrected. Although it was out of Wang Xian's expectations for the Wuji Empire to be enemies with them, he was very gratified by the help and support from the He clan and He Sui clan. His relationship with He Yuan was pretty good. He didn't want to turn against each other. Alright, let's head to the He clan first. Feng Yuan nodded her head with a divine glow on her face. This time, their counterattack was a huge leap for the Dragon and Phoenix Empire. Lan Qingyue made Xiao Lan fly towards the He clan's territory. He clan, Holy Tree. From the He clan and He Sui clan joining the Dragon and Phoenix Empire's camp to the Wuji Empire's attack, the entire He clan and He Sui clan had fallen into a huge crisis. Especially in the past few days, when they heard that all the experts in the vast region, except for them, had left for the Flowing Sea region, some people became even more anxious. At this moment, the two large clans and millions of people had gathered around the Holy Tree. This made the He clan extremely crowded. All the He clan and He Sui clan members were also frowning. Sigh, we don't know how the Dragon Phoenix Empire's current situation is. Once they are destroyed, then we. In a wooden house on the Holy Tree, the higher-ups of the He clan and the experts of the He Sui clans sat in a room. They frowned and sighed. The atmosphere in the room was very solemn. Let's leave it to fate. Everything is our own choice. It's just that we didn't consider the Life and Death Pill Workshop and the Holy Item Forging Workshop, so the Wuji Empire took action. The clan leader of the He clan shook his head helplessly. Woo-woo. What's that sound? What a familiar sound. At this moment, an earth-shaking sound came from outside. The higher-ups of the two clans in the room were slightly shocked and immediately flew out. He Yuan, who was in the Holy Tree, also flew out of the room. He Yuan, everyone in the He clan, long time no see. Just as He Yuan flew out, the higher-ups of the He clan and He Sui clan also heard an extremely familiar voice. Around them, the entire He clan and He Sui clan, as well as millions of people, raised their heads to look at the sky. Due to Xiao Lan's speed, the He clan could not react in time. Everyone was slightly stunned when they saw the young figure on the gigantic beast. This, Brother Wang Xian, you're still alive? You're still alive? He Yuan looked at the familiar voice and his face was filled with disbelief. The entire vast region knew about the death of the Sky Demon. Now, he was actually still alive. Who would dare to believe it? Of course, I haven't conquered the entire Transcendence continent yet. How could I possibly die? Wang Xian smiled faintly. His figure moved and he flew downwards. Feng Yuan, Lan Qingyue, and the rest immediately followed behind and flew down. The Sky Demon is still alive. Empress Dragon and Phoenix and the Goddess of the Wilderness are both here. When the He clan and He Sui clan's higher-ups saw them flying over, they revealed a hint of excitement on their faces. As long as they were still here, they still had their backers. Chapter 1637. 1637. The 1637 Sky Demon was still divided into half. Welcome, Sky Demon. Looking at Wang Xian's figure, the He Sui clan and the He clan looked at each other. They could see the excitement in each other's eyes. The higher-ups of the two clans pursed their lips and immediately shouted at Wang Xian. Just call me Wang Xian. Speaking of which, the name Sky Demon was given by your He clan. When Wang Xian heard the respectful voices of the He clan's higher-ups, he smiled and shook his head. Phoenix Emperor, the Goddess of the Wilderness, Brother Wang Xian, please come in, please come in. The He clan and He Sui clan's higher-ups were all beaming as they hurriedly invited him in. Wang Xian nodded and looked at Feng Yuan and the rest. Clan leader He Sui, everyone, it's our Dragon and Phoenix Empire that has dragged you down recently. However, from now on, you don't have to be so worried anymore. I'll have to trouble the He clan to mobilize your information department. Next, it's time for our Dragon and Phoenix Empire to retaliate. Feng Yuan said to the He clan's He Sui clan's upper echelons with a smile. Retaliate? Everyone from the two clans was slightly stunned. Following that, a hint of fervor and excitement flashed across their eyes. Brother Wang Xian, the three superpowers led over 100,000 experts to attack the Flowing Sea region. Could it be that you managed to hold them off? At this moment Yuan, who was at the side, asked Wang Xian excitedly. We killed 60,000 experts and left an old ancestor of the Wuji Empire behind. Now that we are back, it is time for us to fight the three superpowers. Very soon, we will each take a place in the entire vast region. Wang Xian smiled and said to Yuan, killing an old man and 60,000 experts? Brother Wang Xian, your strength? And haven't you already? Yuan asked again with a face full of curiosity. With my current strength, it shouldn't be a problem for me to fight against a few people at level 9 of the see-through realm. I didn't die last time. Wang Xian smiled and said to Yuan. When the higher-ups of the He clan and He Sui clan heard Wang Xian's words, they revealed an excited expression. Wang Xian and the rest had actually defeated the three super forces and a group of experts. It was simply terrifying. In the future, the vast region would no longer belong to the three super forces. Instead, it would belong to the Dragon and Phoenix Empire. Brother Wang Xian, Emperor Phoenix, we will mobilize all our forces immediately. If you need any information, let us know. At the side, the He clan leader said excitedly. All the news about the Life and Death Pill Workshop and the Holy Item Forging Workshop. We have already paid attention to the news about the three superpowers. Wang Xian said directly. Little Xian, what are you trying to do? Feng Wan asked when she heard Wang Xian's words. Naturally, we have to get rid of the Life and Death Pill Workshop and the Holy Item Forging Workshop. They have been finding trouble with us time and time again. They really think we are easy to bully. In addition, the Wuji Empire has to teach them a good lesson and destroy a few of their cities. Wang Xian said directly. The He clan and He Sui clan, who were at the side, were a little fearful when they heard that. They had casually gotten rid of the Life and Death Pill Workshop and the Holy Item Forging Workshop. They had also casually destroyed a few cities of the Wuji Empire. In the vast region, only the Sky Demon could say such words. All right. Feng Wan nodded her head in agreement. It's time to teach the Life and Death Pill Workshop and the Holy Item Forging Workshop a good lesson. Brother Wang Xian, Emperor Feng, the backers of the Life and Death Pill Workshop and the Holy Item Forging Workshop are. After hesitating for a moment, the He Sui clan's clan leader said softly. Don't worry, we are very clear about their backers. Feng Wan shook her head. Rest for the night. We will make a move tomorrow. Wang Xian decided. Everyone from the He tribe and He Sui tribe nodded with excitement. At the same time, the He tribe and He Sui tribe members around the holy tree saw the Dragon and Phoenix Empire's soldiers descending again. The experts from the two tribes who had fought together with the Dragon and Phoenix Empire's soldiers immediately asked for some information out of curiosity. When they learned that the Dragon Phoenix Empire and Sky Demon had directly defeated the army of the vast region and launched a counterattack, excitement appeared on their faces. The Dragon Phoenix Empire and Sky Demon had defeated the three superpowers, and now they had launched a counterattack. In the future, the vast region would completely change. The He clan and He Sui clan were the two races that the Dragon Phoenix Empire was closest to. In the future, their clans would definitely rise. In the future, there was no need for them to hide around the He clan's sacred tree. They would have a wider territory. At the same time, when the army from the vast region arrived at the Divine Kingdom ruins. Reporting, according to the urgent news, the Dragon Phoenix Empire's experts have entered the He clan's land. A message was transmitted to everyone's ears. Everyone from Skyfiend and the Dragon Phoenix Empire had arrived. Everyone knew clearly what they were doing here. They were attacking their vast territory. Everyone from the Southern royal family, follow me back. Upon hearing this news, Southern Emperor Jianghe and another patriarch shouted with a gloomy expression. It's the patriarch. A group of Southern royal family disciples hurriedly replied. If Skyfiend really goes to your Southern royal family, can you withstand him? Patriarch Dark Eye looked at everyone in the southern royal family with an extremely unsightly expression as he said in a deep voice. The faces of the two southern royal families' patriarchs instantly stiffened. How could they withstand the arrival of Skyfiend? Just Empress Dragon Phoenix and the Wilderness Goddess were enough to make their southern royal family suffer, not to mention the even more terrifying Skyfiend. Then what do you guys think we should do? Southern Emperor Jianghe's expression changed as he asked in a deep voice. At this time, once we separate, we'll just have to wait for each of us to break through. The Supreme Headmaster stood there with an embarrassed expression. He didn't dare to leave. With the enmity between the Solitaire sect and the Skyfiend, with the current strength of his Solitaire sect, they could be easily destroyed. Then what do we do now? If the Dragon Phoenix Empire and the Sky Demon head to the nest of our southern royal family, our tens of thousands of years of foundation will be destroyed. Southern Royal River roared in a low voice. This was related to the rise and fall of their southern royal family. Now, the first thing we need to do is to join forces. We cannot be separated. Once we do, we will be destroyed one by one. Second, we need to sign an agreement with the Dragon and Phoenix Empire. Although we are not their match, they will not be able to destroy us. If we really fight, it will not benefit anyone. Wuji King walked out and said in a deep voice. Even if we sign an agreement, the Dragon and Phoenix Empire will have to agree. The two ancestors of the Southern Royal Family said in a deep voice. The Dragon and Phoenix Empire is an empire. What they want is a domain and resources. They will not fight to the death. Wuji Nation Master analyzed. I hope it's as you said. Now, should we send people to negotiate peace with the Dragon and Phoenix Empire? Southern Emperor Jiang has said with a bad expression. It's to negotiate peace, not peace. Dark Eye Patriarch sighed slightly. Right now, they didn't have the right to negotiate peace. They could only beg the other party to stop attacking. Chapter 1638. 1638. The 1638 Sky Demon was still divided in half. Then what should we do? Among the 60,000 people, a dozen middle-aged elders standing in the center said with extremely ugly expressions. They were the masters of the Life and Death Pill Academy and the Holy Item Forging Academy. Now we can't even protect ourselves. If you are worried about your own safety, you can stay here with us. We will protect you. Dark Eye Patriarch glanced at the two continent-level forces and said in a deep voice. However, Dark Eye Patriarch's words immediately made the masters' faces turn ugly. Protect us. We'll give you a huge amount of resources. Alright, if you two super forces don't need protection, you can directly inform your higher-ups and ask them to send experts to destroy the Dragon Phoenix Empire. That way, we'll be very grateful to you. An old man from the Life and Death Pill Workshop wanted to say something, but he was immediately interrupted by the Wuji Kingdom's king. This time, the one who suffered the greatest loss could be said to be the Wuji Kingdom. Originally, they had been able to sit firmly on the fishing platform and hang high up. However, because of the Life and Death Pill Workshop and the Holy Item Forging Workshop, they had been dragged into the water. Now, it was no longer up to them to go ashore. When the masters of the two major forces heard the indifferent words of the Wuji King, their faces darkened. Then we won't disturb you anymore. Let's go back to the Life and Death Pill Academy. The masters of the Life and Death Pill Workshop left with angry faces. The masters of the Holy Item Forging Workshop hesitated for a moment before leaving as well. I don't believe that the Sky Demon dares to destroy our Life and Death Pill Academy and the Holy Item Forging Academy. The masters said with gloomy faces. As a continent-level faction, this was the first time they had been humiliated like this. Usually, even the three super factions were polite to them. Let's go back to Wuji Empire now. Patriarch Dark Eye glanced at them and said in a deep voice. Why don't you go back to our southern royal family? Nanhuang Jianghe frowned and said immediately. You. The faces of the two patriarchs of the Wuji Empire darkened. How about this? We will temporarily stay in the ruins of the Divine Kingdom and build a base in the ruins of the Divine Kingdom in the future. The Supreme Hierarch said from the side. At this moment, he had restrained his arrogance a lot. The current solipsistic sect was weaker in front of both the Wuji Empire and the Southern Royal Family. Not to mention the Dragon and Phoenix Empire. After he finished speaking, he looked at the mysterious and ancient ruins of the Divine Kingdom. If the solipsistic sect wanted to survive, they could only obtain huge opportunities in the ruins of the Divine Kingdom. Alright, our Wuji Empire represents the three superpowers and seeks peace with the Dragon and Phoenix Empire. Patriarch Dark Eyes said with a dark expression. The Supreme Hierarch and the Southern Royal Family's two patriarchs nodded with a dark expression. The 60,000 experts dispersed. In less than an hour, the news of the expedition spread throughout the ruins of the Divine Kingdom. It spread to the entire vast region at a terrifying speed. The 120,000 experts of the vast region were defeated in the flowing sea region. Half of them were killed or injured. One patriarch of the Wuji Empire perished. Sky Fiend resurrected and suppressed all the patriarchs of the vast region in an invincible manner. Patriarch Dark Patterns of the Wuji Empire was killed on the spot. Our vast region was defeated. Sky Fiend and Dragon Phoenix Empire counterattacked the vast area. In the future, the Dragon Phoenix Empire will each occupy a spot in the vast area. One by one, news came from the people who had escaped from the war. One by one, the news completely blew up the entire Divine Kingdom ruins. In the beginning, everyone in the Divine Kingdom ruins had the same thoughts as the people in the North Stream Sea City. But when the news reached their ears, everyone's faces were filled with shock. Sky Fiend was not dead, and he had even suppressed the patriarchs of the three superpowers. The entire vast region had fled in defeat, and Sky Fiend and the Dragon Phoenix Empire had returned to attack the vast region. The Divine Kingdom's ruins were shaken. Everyone was shaken, especially the news of Sky Fiend's resurrection. Because of the Sky Demon, the vast region was in turmoil. Now, because of the Sky Demon, the entire vast region was in turmoil once again. It was very likely that because of the Sky Demon, the vast region would be changed. And the news of the three superpowers preparing to seek peace was also spread out. It made everyone open their mouths and were extremely shocked. This sky was really going to change. Wang Xian, Emperor Phoenix, the Barbarian Goddess, and the Wuji Empire have sent news on behalf of the three superpowers. They want to make peace. Early the next morning, a group of higher-ups from the He clan and He Sui clan came over to report. Get them to prepare the conditions for making peace. Also, clan leader He, give us a share of the life and death sacred relic and the resources of the Dragon and Phoenix Empire. Wang Xian said to them directly. Yes. Brother Wang Xian, are you going? Clan leader He nodded with a smile and asked curiously. Of course, I'm going to collect some interest. I haven't settled the grudge of them invading our Luhai region. Wang Xian smiled and flew straight into the sky. Emperor Phoenix, do you still need the help of the He clan and He Sui clan? The higher-ups of the He clan and He Sui clan asked immediately. No need. Oh right, tell the three major forces that we, the Dragon Phoenix Empire, want half of the territory in the vast area. Feng Wan said to them and followed closely behind Wang Xian. Half of the territory hiss. The vast area is over 1,000,000 kilometers. If we take up half of it, the strength of the Dragon Phoenix Empire in the future. Everyone from the He clan and He Sui clan was shocked. Yesterday, Brother Wang Xian said that he wants to dominate the Transcendence continent. I wonder. At this moment, He Yuan, who was at the side, pursed his lips and looked at Wang Xian's figure with admiration. To have such a brother in one's life was truly a blessing that came from 8 lifetimes of cultivation. Brother Wang Xian is less than 30. He is less than 30 and is at the 9th level of the see-through void tier. In the future, the Dragon and Phoenix Empire will be the 6th great empire. the He clan leaders said with certainty. They did not dare to imagine that he could dominate the supernatural continent. However, they were 80% confident that the Dragon and Phoenix Empire could be promoted to an empire. That was because there was an unprecedented person who was less than 30 years old at the 9th level of the Profound Void tier. It was destined that there would be no one in the future. Let's go. Our target is Tianyun City. In the sky, Lan Qingyue said to Xiao Lan. Tianyun City was the base of the Life and Death Pill Academy and the Holy Item Forging Academy. The first place they wanted to go was to destroy this place. Woo-woo. Little Blue swayed his terrifying body and disappeared under the respectful gazes of the He clan and He Sui clan. When Little Blue flew in the sky, he passed by many cities and instantly attracted everyone's attention. Tianyun City is right in front of us. The Life and Death Pill Workshop and the Holy Item Forging Workshop are at their headquarters in the vast region. 5 hours later, Tianyun City appeared in their sight. Destroy everyone from the 2 major factions and seize all their pills and weapons. Wang Xian looked down at the cities below and gave an order. It's the Dragon King. All the powerhouses of the Dragon Palace and the Dragon and Phoenix Empire responded loudly immediately. Chapter 1639. 1639. The 1639 Heavenly Devil Realm was still divided into half. Kill. An earth-shaking voice filled with killing intent resounded above Tianyun City. More than 10,000 experts from the Dragon Phoenix Empire and the Dragon Palace flew down and dived down with killing intent. What's that? That giant beast is the giant beast of the wilderness goddess. That's the people from the Dragon Phoenix Empire. Why are they here? Didn't the experts from our vast area go to destroy them? Why are they here? When Xiao Lan landed in the sky above Tianyun City and over 10,000 Profound Void Realm experts swooped down, the entire Tianyun City trembled. Over 10,000 Profound Void Realm experts? What kind of concept was that? There were only 20,000 Profound Void Realm experts in the entire vast region. Now, over 10,000 of them had come to attack their city. It was simply overkill. Within Tianyun City, most people still did not know that the army from the vast region had returned in defeat. Damn it, the Sky Demon and Dragon Phoenix Empire really dare to attack us. It's over, it's over. They're crazy, they're crazy. At this moment, all the masters and experts from the Life and Death Pill Workshop and the Holy Item Forging Workshop revealed embarrassed expressions. They looked at the terrifying experts descending from the sky with shock and anger. They had thought that the other party would be afraid of life and death and holy items, but they hadn't expected that the other party would be so brazen and rampant. Everyone from the Life and Death Pill Workshop and the Sacred Item Forging Workshop, die. A voice filled with killing intent sounded once again, and despair appeared on the faces of the people from the 2 large factions. The entire Tianyun City was filled with shock. They actually dared to kill the people from the Life and Death Pill Workshop and the Sacred Item Forging Workshop. This was a terrifying force on the continent. However, the swords and blood made them understand that they were killing 2 forces on the continent today. Screams of agony rang out instantly. They were the headquarters of the 2 major forces. In the entire city, half of the people belonged to the 2 major forces. Blood flowed like a river and screams of agony couldn't be resolved. Wang Xian, Feng Wan, and the rest stood on top of the city quietly, overlooking everything. An hour later, the massacre ended. All the treasures of the 2 major forces were plundered clean. The target is the Wuji Empire. Destroy 10 of their cities. In addition, send 10 teams of 100 people to see through the void. Destroy all the Life and Death Pill Workshops and Holy Item Forging Workshops in all the cities in the vast region. Wang Xian continued to give orders. Let's go to the Wuji Empire. 100-man teams, come down from the city that Xiao Lan is passing through. Feng Wan and Lan Qingyue passed down the orders one by one. Woo-woo. Xiao Lan continued to fly. More than 10 hours later, The news of the destruction of Tianyun City and the life and death pill workshop and holy item forging workshop spread to the ruins of the Divine Kingdom. It reached the ears of the three superpowers. Those two are continent-level factions. The Dragon Phoenix Empire and Sky Demon have no scruples and directly destroyed them. This is crazy. I heard that the giant beasts are flying in the vast region. Sky Demon is leading a group of experts to wreak havoc. The three superpowers and experts in our vast region are all gathered here in the ruins of the Divine Kingdom. They aren't taking any action at all. The current Sky Demon is wreaking havoc in the vast region with an invincible aura. Who dares to stop them? In the ruins of the Divine Kingdom, when they heard that Wang Xian and the rest had destroyed Tianyun City, all of them were filled with shock. They even dared to destroy two mainland-level forces. What else would they not dare to do? Has the news of the peace request been sent over? At this moment, in the ruins of the Divine Kingdom, a patriarch of the Wuji Empire heard the news of Tianyun City and asked with a gloomy face. Reporting to Patriarch, the news has already been sent over. It should be sent back very soon. A middle-aged man hurriedly replied as his forehead was covered in cold sweat. The 5 patriarchs had been sitting there for more than 10 hours without moving. They were waiting for all the news from the Dragon Phoenix Empire. The patriarchs of the 3 major factions would not be able to have peace for a day without being able to seek peace. Report. News has come from the He clan. Sky Fiend and Empress Dragon Phoenix said that if they want peace, they have to take out half of the territory in the vast area and add conditions for them to see. Not long after, news from the He clan came and reported to the 5 patriarchs. Half of the territory in the vast area. Upon hearing this, the 2 patriarchs of the Wuji dynasty stood up with extremely ugly expressions. The territory of the Wuji Empire only occupied 1/10 of the vast territory. Now, the Dragon and Phoenix Empire had asked for half of the vast territory. This made their faces extremely ugly. What a big appetite! Not only do they want half of the territory, but they also want other conditions. The 2 patriarchs of the Southern royal family said with heavy breaths, full of coldness. The entire room was silent as if it was a prehistoric beast. The middle-aged man who was kneeling on the ground was trembling violently. Time passed slowly. Reporting to Patriarch, 5 cities of our Wuji Empire have been destroyed and all the treasures and resources have been plundered. More than 10 hours later, another piece of news arrived. Peng. The table beside Patriarch Dark Eye and another patriarch dissipated into fragments. Give them half of the domain. Southern Emperor River said expressionlessly. His appetite is not limited to that. The Supreme Hierarch said with a sullen face. The 3 major factions will take out some resources and pass the news of the resources to them. In addition, get the Dragon Phoenix Empire and Sky Fiend Empire to come to the Divine Kingdom ruins. We will have a good discussion. Patriarch Dark Eye leaned back on his chair and said weakly. All right. All right. Only the sect and the Southern royal family agreed. There was nothing they could do if they did not agree. Since they could not beat them in a fight, they could only risk their lives. However, they cherished their lives and did not dare to risk their lives. They could only compromise. If you want a domain, I'll give you a domain. If you want something else, I'll give you something else. Send the news over. Time slowly passed. And at that moment, after 2 to 3 days, the Divine Kingdom ruins and the vast region had completely boiled over. Tianyun City had been destroyed. The life and death pill workshops and holy item forging workshops in all the cities in the vast region had been attacked by the Dragon and Phoenix Empire. 10 cities in the Wuji Empire had already been plundered by the Dragon and Phoenix Empire and the Sky Demon Empire. What shocked them the most was that the 3 major forces had completely given up on resisting. Even when the cities of the Wuji Empire were plundered, no one resisted or took revenge. The Sky Demon was wreaking havoc and all the forces in the vast region bowed their heads. Everyone could foresee that in the future, the position of the leader of the vast region would already belong to someone. Oh, did they agree? There are still some conditions. Wang Xian looked at the message sent by the He clan and the corner of his mouth curled up slightly. You want to get rid of us just by relying on these? It's not enough, is it? Feng Wan looked at the conditions that they gave and a smile appeared on her face. Let's go to the ruins of the Divine Kingdom and have a good talk with them. Wang Xian stood in the sky and looked ahead. This piece of land was already under his feet. It wouldn't be long before the Dragon Palace officially stepped onto the stage of the history of the supernatural continent. A new page of history had quietly begun. Chapter 1640. 1640 was a foregone conclusion. In the ruins of the Divine Kingdom. The ruins of the Divine Kingdom today were completely different from before. In the sky above the ruins of the Divine Kingdom, tens of thousands of experts stood neatly in the air. They held weapons in their hands and stared coldly towards the east. Almost all the experts from the three superpowers had gathered together. Leading them were 5 elders. Everyone in the Divine Kingdom ruins below recognized the identities of these 5 elders at a glance. These 5 were the strongest experts in the vast region in the past. They held great power and could shake the entire region with a stomp of their feet. However, today, they stood in the void expressionlessly as they stared ahead. Clearly, they were waiting for someone. In the past, it would have been impossible for these 5 to stand in the air and wait for someone. But now, they had already waited for half an hour. They still did not feel the slightest bit of impatience. The 3 great superpowers have completely bowed their heads this time. There's no other way. The Sky Demon is still alive, and it said that one person can fight against 3 or 4 rank 9 profound void martial experts. This invincible stance, which power can withstand it? Now, the 3 superfactions have to join forces to not be destroyed. Sky Demon, ever since it appeared, it has shocked the entire vast region. Now, it has already surpassed everyone in the vast region. Below, everyone in the Divine Kingdom ruins raised their heads to look at the 3 superfactions in the sky. The superfactions that were once glorious and could make 10 billion people grovel with a single sentence had now completely declined. All of this was because of the Sky Demon. Woo-woo. At this moment, a whistling sound rang out. It was a unique sound that attracted everyone's attention. They're here. The savage goddess giant beast, Sky Demon, and the others are here. When they heard this sound, everyone's gaze froze as they hurriedly looked towards the east. A giant figure quickly appeared in everyone's line of sight. At the front of the huge beast stood 3 figures. The youth in the lead was like a starlight that was emitting light. The Sky Demon is indeed not dead. Priest Wang is not dead. Back at the cult of self-reliance, Priest Wang fought with the cult of self-reliance because he saw the cult of self-reliance kill 100,000 people because of him. Others say that Priest Wang is a Sky Demon, but back in the ruins of the Divine Kingdom, Priest Wang was famous for his benevolence and benevolence, the Saint of Light. In terms of style, Priest Wang is much more benevolent than the 3 superpowers. Whispers rang out from the ruins of the Divine Kingdom. Many people in the ruins of the Divine Kingdom knew Wang Xian very well. The former Priest of Light, Priest Wang, had a great reputation. However, what everyone did not expect was that Priest Wang was a Sky Demon. My sect, the Southern Royal Family, and the Wuji Empire have kept you waiting for a long time. Wang Xian stood on Shaolan and laughed out loud when he saw the 3 superpowers who were already waiting for him. We didn't wait for long either. Patriarch Dark Eye looked at Wang Xian and said faintly, "Cut the crap. If you want to make peace with us, you will have to pay a price. Show us your sincerity." Wang Xian swept his gaze across all of them and said coldly. His words made the 5 patriarchs' expressions turn ugly instantly. Sky Demon, even if the 3 of us join forces, we might not be afraid of you. The Supreme Headmaster clenched his arms tightly. His eyes were filled with fury. Don't talk about those useless things. Aren't you afraid of why we want peace? Feng Yuan looked at the Supreme Sect leader with some mockery. She didn't give him any face at all. According to the requirements of your Dragon and Phoenix Empire, half of the territory in the vast area belongs to you. Furthermore, this is the rest of the items that we have taken out. Nanhuang Jianghe immediately took over and threw a piece of paper at Wang Xian and the rest. The name of various items and resources was written on it. In the vast area, we want to be close to the Barren Sea and the area near the North Flowing Sea. There are a total of 5,100 cities. In terms of items, we want all the life stones, life and death pill workshop and holy item forging workshop of the Solitaire sect to give all the resources of the Wuji Empire to you. Don't think about hiding it. We know how many items they have given you to invite you to take action. In addition, we want the Inferno flowers in the domain of the Southern Royal Family. We want 10,000 of them and 1,000 of them above the Void Interpretation Realm. Feng Yuan took the paper and looked at the conditions on it. What? The faces of the 5 patriarchs changed drastically. They stared at Feng Yuan with a gloomy face. Either you 3 superpowers join forces to fight against us, or you agree to this condition. Wang Xian stared at the 5 grandmasters of the 3 superpowers with a strong expression and said arrogantly. The atmosphere gradually turned solemn. All the experts of the 3 superpowers gripped their weapons nervously. If they didn't come to an agreement today, a war might ensue. Don't make us wait. The leaders of the Dragon Palace stared at the 3 superpowers wantonly. They were exuding a strong sense of confidence. The members of the Dragon Palace weren't afraid of war or anyone else. A powerful aura charged at them without any hesitation. This made all the experts of the 3 superpowers change their expressions. They had seen how terrifying the members of the Dragon Palace were. Okay, we agree. The 5 patriarchs looked at each other, gritted their teeth, and nodded. A wise man submits to circumstances. Clan leader He Sui, I'll have to trouble all of you for the transfer of resources. A faint smile appeared on Wang Xian's face as he spoke to the He clan and He Sui clan leaders behind him. All right. The clan leaders of the 2 clans nodded with a smile. Hiss, just like that, the division of the powers in the entire vast area has been decided. In the future, the Dragon Phoenix Empire will occupy half of this vast region. The sky in this vast region will completely change. There will only be 4 superpowers in this vast region. The other powers will have to rely on them. I reckon that the 3 superpowers will form an alliance in the future. Otherwise, the Dragon Phoenix Empire will destroy them sooner or later. The He clan and He Sui clan have obtained a huge opportunity this time. Below, when everyone in the Divine Kingdom ruins saw how a few words had determined the entire situation of the vast region, shock appeared on their faces. After this, the entire vast region would enter a new situation. In the future, when the 2 superpowers combined, there would be endless battles. Let's go. I hope everyone can give me some pointers in the vast region in the future. Ha! Wang Xian laughed maniacally. His face was filled with a domineering aura. Welcome, members of the Dragon Palace, to join our Dragon and Phoenix Empires. Feng Yuan also smiled and said softly, Woo woo. Chapter 1641. 1641 stepped onto the stage of the continent. Little Blue flew, slowly swaying her body as she flew towards the Dragon Phoenix Empire's domain. In this vast region, second-rate and first-rate powers no longer existed. Today, the agreement between the 3 superpowers and the Dragon Phoenix Empire could decide the fate of the entire region. The 3 superpowers had agreed to give half of the vast region's domain to the Dragon Phoenix Empire. As for the remaining cities and smaller powers, they didn't dare to have any objections. For the next period of time, the Dragon and Phoenix Empire only needed to control one city after another. In the ruins of the Divine Kingdom, the three superpowers and everyone below watched Wang Xian and the rest leave with shock and embarrassment on their faces. Xiao Xian, do you want to move the Dragon Palace to the Barren Sea? On Xiaolan, Lan Qingyue looked at Wang Xian and continued, the ferocious beasts and demonic beasts in the Barren Sea have basically been devoured by Xiaolan. The Sea of Desolation is located in the north of the vast region. It is not far from the ruins of the Divine Kingdom. There are more resources in the ruins of the Divine Kingdom than in the ocean. We can totally transfer the Dragon Palace here. Furthermore, the development of the Dragon Palace in the future will mainly be based on the forging workshop. The profits from the forging workshop alone will enable the rapid development of the entire Dragon Palace. Wang Xian said to her. Lan Qingyue nodded. This time, they had killed about 60,000 powerhouses in the vast region. Together with the resources they had, the members of the Dragon Palace would be able to receive a huge boost. In the future, the resources obtained from the forging of weapons by the Firehammer clan alone would be able to increase the number of Void Interpretation stage powerhouses in the Dragon Palace by more than 10 a day. Creating a 3rd or 4th level insightful Void Realm expert in 3 or 4 days was also possible. 1 or 2 years later, the Dragon Palace's strength would definitely be able to suppress the 3 super forces. The Dragon and Phoenix Empire's Imperial Palace will be moved to the vast region this time. The Flowing Sea region will be managed by the former Light Dragon Empire's Long family. Feng Yuan said from the side. Half of the vast region's territory was about 5 times the area of the Flowing Sea region. As for the resources, they weren't something the Flowing Sea region could compare to. Even a place like the Ladyboy Graveyard was not as good as the base of a first-rate force in the vast region. Furthermore, she had an even grander plan. That was, not long after the vast region was completely unified, the 6th great empire of the transcendental continent would be established. Such a grand feat might take thousands of years in Feng Yuan's original plan, but now, she could complete it in less than 10 years after returning to the transcendental continent. It was all because of the man beside her. Feng Yuan looked at him and smiled. The Dragon and Phoenix Empire returned triumphantly. In the next half a year, the Dragon Palace moved and the Dragon and Phoenix Empire moved their capital. The Sea of Desolation was the largest ocean in the vast area. The ocean was connected to the main sea of the extraordinary continent, the Extraordinary Sea. In the Extraordinary Sea, there was another area called the Dragon Sea. The Dragon Sea was the land of the dragon race. That area occupied a quarter of the Sea of Transcendence. Moreover, all the demon beasts in the Sea of Transcendence were under the control of the dragon race, or the dragon race was the king. The area of the Sea of Transcendence was equivalent to 5 to 6 Earths. The area of the 5 great empires added together was almost as big as the Sea of Transcendence. All the powerful demon beasts and fierce beasts in the Barren Sea were basically swallowed by Little Blue, which made the Barren Sea within 1,000,000 kilometers seem a bit desolate. At the bottom of the sea, which was more than 10,000 kilometers away from the Barren Sea, a huge dragon palace stood tens of thousands of meters deep in the sea. Within 150 kilometers of the Dragon Palace, there were many tall and sturdy guards patrolling around the Dragon Palace like divine weapons. Inside the Dragon Palace, there were spiritual herbs and trees that were emitting spiritual energy. Each of them would cause a huge fight if placed outside. In the Dragon Field, the warriors of the Dragon Palace were sparring. On the left was a group of mountains. In the mountains, thousands of members of the Firehammer clan were forging all kinds of weapons and equipment. At the front, the huge, majestic and beautiful Dragon King Palace was exuding endless majesty. Above the Dragon King's palace, Wang Xian was enjoying the pleasure of being with everyone. Ever since the matters in the vast region were resolved half a year ago and the Dragon Palace was relocated to the Dragon King's palace, Everything was handed over to Prime Minister Gui to handle. Meanwhile, Wang Xian began to lead a licentious life. Ling Jian was found and her worries were completely resolved. Lan Qingwei was back, which made Wang Xian exceptionally happy. Every day, he stayed in the Dragon King's bedroom with 8 girls for half a month. Every day, he killed his way in and out, and the sky was dark. Where is your Dragon King? Is he in the bedroom again? In the Dragon Palace, Feng Wan entered the Dragon King's palace with a displeased expression and asked Prime Minister Gui. Yes, Emperor Feng. Our Dragon King and the Dragon Queen are in the bedroom. Prime Minister Gui smiled embarrassedly and didn't dare to offend Feng Wan. As a Prime Minister Gui who was well versed in the human world, he naturally didn't dare to offend Feng Wan as he thought that this Emperor Feng had unknowingly become their Dragon Queen. In the entire Dragon Palace, apart from the 8 Dragon Queens, 1 Emperor Feng and the eldest princess, he was considered the boss. Sister Feng Wan, do you want me to call my brother? At this moment, Xiao Yu walked in with Feng Lingtian's arm on his arm and said with a smile. Feng Lingtian stood beside Xiao Yu and looked in the direction of the bedroom with envy. He was envious, but he did not dare to. A bone dragon's wife was about to break his bones. In the past half a year, he had obtained an enormous amount of resources. All the girls, including Xiao Yu, had reached the 7th level of the Profound Void Martial Stage. They could fight against the 8th rank of the Profound Void Martial Stage. At the same time, Feng Lingtian could fight against the 8th rank of the Profound Void Martial Stage. Feng Wan had given them the resources to help them improve their strength. Now that the Dragon Phoenix Empire controlled half of the territory of the Flowing Sea and the vast area, they had more profits than the Dragon Palace. A large part of Feng Wan was used to cultivate experts. However, it was much more difficult to nurture other experts compared to Guan Shuqing and the rest. Guan Shuqing and the rest of the girls were able to raise their levels as long as they had the resources. Speaking of which, the group of girls could be considered an elder group of the Dragon and Phoenix Empire. Go, there's something we need to talk to him about. Feng Wan said with a dark expression. Every time she came to the Dragon Palace, Wang Xian would drag 8 girls and not come out of the bedroom. This made her very angry. What was in this guy's mind? Feng Wan, what's the matter? Not long after, Wang Xian stretched his back and flew out. He flew over with a smile on his face. Get your men to help forge some weapons. Feng Wan rolled her eyes at him when she saw his expression and said directly. Sure, just go to the Fire Hammer clan and give your orders. Wang Xian said with a smile. Chapter 1642. 1642 stepped onto the stage of the mainland. I want to get Duan Jinming to personally forge more than 100 defensive weapons at level 8 of the Void Interpretation stage. Feng Wan said to Wang Xian. Aren't your people able to forge weapons at level 8 of the Void Interpretation stage? Wang Xian looked at Feng Wan curiously. It's different. This time, it's a large-scale weapon that can pierce through the weapons of a level 7 Void Interpretation stage powerhouse. Feng Wan shook her head. This kind of large-scale weapon is extremely complicated. Even a powerful forger from the Fire Lark clan wouldn't be able to forge it. Duan Jinming's forging standard is very strong. I want to find him to let him forge it. As she spoke, she passed a blueprint to Wang Xian. This kind of weapon? Wang Xian was slightly stunned. Looking at the large-scale weapon on the blueprint, a hint of surprise appeared on his face. This weapon was similar to a huge siege weapon that involved a formation. A huge weapon attack that could kill a 7th-level Profound Void Martial Artist was definitely a terrifying killing weapon. However, with the abilities of the Fire Cloud Sparrow clan and the Phoenix clan, it was insufficient to forge this weapon. It was too complicated and required a high level of forging. The level of forging of the Phoenix weapon was much lower than the level of alchemy. Defensive equipment. If there are too many of them, they can threaten the 8th level of the Profound Void tier. However, this kind of weapon is not used by the Dragon Phoenix Empire but for the Fire Cloud Sparrow clan. Feng Yuan said directly. What happened to the Fire Cloud Sparrow clan? Wang Xian asked Feng Yuan. In the battle against the Life and Death Pill Workshop and the Holy Item Forging Workshop, the Fire Cloud Sparrow clan has always been at a disadvantage. Right now, the Fire Lark clan can only passively defend. Feng Yuan frowned and said slowly. Is that so? I'll give the blueprint to Duan Jinming and see if he can forge it. Wang Xian revealed a hint of contemplation on his face and asked Prime Minister Jiui to call Duan Jinming over. Sister Feng Yuan. At this moment, a group of girls dressed luxuriously flew over from the bedroom. Every girl was an existence that could topple countries and cities. Especially their temperament. Even if they were called the Empress, no one would object. Each of them had a colorful charm. You guys still know that you have a sister like me. Feng Yuan glanced at the group of girls and said in disdain. Hee, of course I know. The group of girls blushed. Guan Shuqing immediately walked over and held her arm. Thinking about the past 6 months, it was indeed a little crazy. Especially in the beginning, it was very interesting. Even though Ling Jianhu, who was cultivating the Heartless Sword principle, had fallen in love with Wang Xian. However, such a thing was something that she didn't dare to imagine in the past. However, there was a saying that went well. As time passed, love would develop. As time passed, it became absurd and shameless. Dragon King. At this moment, at the entrance of the Dragon King's palace, Duan Jinming walked over quickly and knelt on the ground. Jinming, get up. Wang Xian waved his arm and passed the blueprint directly to him. Can you see if the weapon on it can be forged? It's the Dragon King. Duan Jinming nodded immediately. As a slave-like race, he had become a respected and revered member of the Firehammer clan. Duan Jinming knew that everything was because of the existence of the Dragon King. Sure, but with my speed, I can only forge 1 piece a day at most. Duan Jinming nodded. All right, Feng Yuan has the materials here. Forge it immediately. Wang Xian nodded. It's the Dragon King. Duan Jinming nodded immediately. He took the interspatial ring that Feng Yuan gave him and left immediately. Feng Yuan, Shuqing, Qingyu, you girls, I have something to tell you. Wang Xian watched as Duan Jinming left and looked at Feng Yuan, Guan Shuqing and the other girls. What is it? The girls were stunned and looked at him in astonishment. I'm going to the Fire Lark clan to head to the central continent. Wang Xian said directly. The central continent was the center of the entire supernatural continent. There were 5 empires there. There were powerful forces on the continent, terrifying sects, and families that had stood for 100,000 years. It was an idea that Wang Xian came up with not long ago to head to the territory of the central continent. Today, Feng Yuan came over and talked about the Fire Lark clan. This made him completely certain. Currently, he needed too many resources to upgrade his level. To reach the 5th level of the see-through void tier, he would need to consume at least 1 year's worth of resources accumulated by the Dragon Palace. Moreover, he wouldn't be able to live every day in his bedroom. When it was time to fight, he knew how to fight. The vast region had stabilized. In a year or 2, the Dragon Phoenix Empire and the Dragon Palace would be able to subdue and destroy the 3 superpowers. When that time came, the vast region would be unified. And he wouldn't be able to stay in the Dragon Palace for a year or 2. Furthermore, the current Dragon Palace and the Dragon Phoenix Empire were not 100% stable. The Life and Death Pill Workshop and the Holy Item Forging Workshop had always been a problem in their hearts. With the strength of 2 mainland-level forces, even the Dragon Palace could be destroyed by them. Therefore, Wang Xian had already had an idea and made some preparations. You want to go out? When the group of girls heard Wang Xian's words, they cried out in surprise. All of them stared at him. Yeah, are you staying in the bedroom every day? Wang Xian smiled at the group of girls. Then go, Go, hurry up and leave. Pay attention to your safety. Just come back in a month or two. When the few girls saw his expression, they immediately waved their hands. Wang Xian was speechless. Wang Xian, are you really going out? Feng Yuan frowned and asked him. Yes, I've already thought of it. I'm going to the Firelark clan. I'm going to lead the strange demon clan to join the Firelark clan in the battle with the two major forces. It's best if I can destroy them. As Wang Xian spoke, a cold glint flashed across his eyes. It had always been the Life and Death Pill Workshop and the Holy Item Forging Workshop who wanted to destroy them. This time, he was prepared to take the initiative to make a move. He was going to the Fire Cloud Sparrow clan to deal with two continent-level forces. You want to participate in this war? This war has experts at the 9th rank of the Void Interpretation Realm and the Half-Step Longevity Realm making a move? Feng Yuan frowned and reminded him. Don't worry, unless the Longevity Realm makes a move, the Half-Step Longevity Realm won't be able to stop me. The Firelark clan should be in a great disadvantage now. If I go over, I can help them a little. Moreover, only by killing strong enemies will I be able to obtain more resources. Wang Xian's eyes sparkled. Even if they are injured, it won't be a loss if I can obtain a portion of the resources ahead of time. Wang Xian looked at them and continued. Xiao Xian, have you really made up your mind? Guan Shuqing and the other girls looked at him and asked with a frown. I've made up my mind. We will set off in the next 2 days. Wang Xian nodded his head. When it was time for a man to fight, he had to fight. It was only then that he took the first solid step on the journey to the Transcendental Continent. The following journey would be the true stage of the Transcendental Continent. They would compete with the continental forces that had existed for tens of thousands of years. Contending with powerful and brilliant sects. Contending with invincible empires for hegemony. You're tuning in to the Passion Pages YouTube channel. We're so grateful for your support, and don't forget to subscribe to join us on this incredible journey through captivating stories. Your generosity through donations truly makes a world of difference, as it's the primary source of revenue that allows me to expand and enhance this channel for you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for being a part of this adventure.